And good evening to you. Welcome to high school football action on Central Illinois Sports, live tonight from Riverton High School as the Riverton Hawks play host to the Pittsfield Sockies. Alongside John Hull and Justin Poore, I'm Charlie Hull, thanking you for joining us for Week 9 football action here in the land of Lincoln and the Sangamon Conference matchup between the Sockies and the Hawks. Neither of these teams eligible for the playoffs. The Hawks winless on the season. Pittsfield got their first win of the season a year ago, so both playing with pride, trying to end the season on a high note. We'll talk about what else is going on around the Sangamon Conference and around our area. We'll also have a visit with Sakia coach Zach Ferguson. It all comes your way on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports.
Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account. Plus, ATM fee refunds. Certain qualifications required. Call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank to get started. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Here in Pittsfield, we're focused on maintaining a healthy, diverse economic base to increase opportunities for our residents. Economic factors greatly affect a community's overall potential, and we strive to continue our prosperous culture. The availability of both commercial and industrial employment centers and new lucrative entrepreneurship opportunities are major assets for growth and development here in Pittsfield. In addition to providing employment and income to people, Pittsfield also boasts several tax incentive districts to further facilitate economic growth. Examples of growth and success can be seen throughout Pittsfield. Pittsfield is located within Pike County and widely known for the abundance of white-tailed deer, and is also home to companies that have capitalized from the region's natural resources. Located over on Madison Street, Whitetail Properties is a major local and international employer that truly embodies the local and economic spirit of Pittsfield. State-of-the-art communications and telecommuting are available here. Be sure to catch their televised series throughout the week on the Sportsman Channel. Come grow and be a part of something great in Pittsfield, Illinois.
The thing for me that really separates DOT, senior leadership and the owners of the business really focus on employee engagement.
We have some of the best people managers.
The Tracy family, senior leaders throughout the business, really all of our leaders care about the employees that work here.
And that allows for a lot of families to come work at Dot Foods, and I think that's part of it, is being able to have all those different schedules and the flexibility to be able to move things around when life happens.
There's a road that makes all the difference between the good and the great. The road less traveled for the few who can handle the grind. One of hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership, with a respect for heritage and tradition and a willingness to adapt. At Little Jess, we travel that road every day because we believe in that difference. And we dare our competition to try and keep up. Little Jess, serving the tri-state area since 1969.
At Logan Agri-Service, we consider it a badge of honor to be recognized as one of the larger independent suppliers of crop protection chemicals in the Midwest. We've worked hard for years to provide you with the access to the best herbicides, insecticides, and fungicides from top manufacturers because we know without you, our local farmers, we wouldn't be here. When you have questions, call our local experts to discuss what works best for your fields and your situation, or visit us online at loganag.com. Serving agriculture since 1962.
Back with you on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show with locations in Pittsfield, Berry, Liberty, and Hannibal. Great Rivers Bank serving the entire region. No matter where you live, they have a facility close to you or always online at greatriversbank.bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. The 0-8 Riverton Hawks, the 1-7 Pittsfield Sockies here this evening for the Hawks. They started out the season with a 55-0 loss to Stanford Olympia, lost to Williamsville 49-13, fell to New Berlin 56-6. Were defeated by Maroa 68-6, a 50-14 loss to Pleasant Plains. Lost to Auburn 48-7, Porta 48-6, and fell last week to Athens 64-14 to move their record to 0-8 on the season. The Sockies fell in the opener of the season, 41-7 to Athens, 35-14 to Stanford Olympia, lost to Williamsville in week 3, 49-13, a 40-0 loss and a 56-0 loss back-to-back weeks to New Berlin and Maroa Forsyth, respectively. A nail-biter against Pleasant Plains, 28-26, They lost to Auburn 33-13 before the win last week at home against Petersburg-Porta 42-6. Current standings in the Sangamo Conference. Moreau Forsyth is at the top. They're 8-0. Athens is 7-1. They actually play one another tonight. The winner will be the outright champion of the conference. Then Stanford, Olympia, and Williamsville both at 6-2. Auburn at 5-3. New Berlin's 3-5. Plains is 3-5. Porta and Pittsfield both at 1-7. And Riverton at the bottom of the conference at 0-8. Of course, we told you Athens is at Maroa tonight. Auburn, he is playing host to Williamsville, but without their starting quarterback and Talon Kern as he suffered an injury last week. New Berlin is at Pleasant Plains, and Porta welcomes Stanford Olympia to town this evening. Elsewhere around the area, we can tell you Camp Point Central is playing host to West Central. That's a game you can watch live here on Central Illinois Sports on YouTube. Jack and Tim have the broadcast for you tonight. I can also remind you that Pleasant Hill Western is playing host to Brown County. Quincy Notre Dame welcoming St. Louis Burroughs to town. Quincy High trying to finish their regular season 9-0. They'll play host to Muhammad Seymour at Flynn Stadium. South Fulton travels to Rushville this evening. Rock Ridge welcomes Erie Prophetstown to town. North Green sees the Unity Mustangs of Minden Unity this evening. Can also tell you that Canton is playing host to Bartonsville Limestone. Rock Island and Geneseo in a Central State 8 game at Geneseo tonight. Beardstown is traveling to Calhoun, and Macomb goes to Havana. That's a look at what's going on around the area and the Sangamo Conference here on Central Illinois Sports. We are about 23 minutes before kickoff here tonight from Riverton. We'll talk more on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on the other side of this timeout.
Golf course has been around since 1957. When we looked at doing the deck outside, we looked at a lot of different options, but everything led back to Pike County Lumber. We looked at quality, price, and service. We wound up going with Tamco, composite decking. Pike County Lumber was great to work with.
Griffin Signs and Time at 122 South 9th Street in Quincy is a full-service sign company that can complete any project, from fully wrapping your entire fleet of vehicles, digital signs, storefronts, to creating small banners and signs. The right and professional signage is the difference of getting the job, heading folks in the correct direction to find you, or creating a brand recognition for potential customers. Put the right signs in your customer's mind with Griffin Signs and Time. Call 217-228-7470.
Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in a tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru, 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield.
Since 1921, Farmers State Bank of Camp Point has been a vital part of our community's history. We are proud of our growth, our community leadership, and our success, which is only possible because of all those who shared this journey with us. We are grateful to the generations of loyal customers, families, businesses, employees, officers, and directors who have shaped not only our story, but our entire communities. Thank you. We look forward to serving you and your future generations for the next 100 years. Farmers State Bank and Camp Point. Together, we are a strong, united community.
Another rock and roll weekend.
Burgers, better with Pepsi.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show to a beautifully recently renovated facility here at Riverton, a turf field, a brand new 8-lane track, new bleachers, an updated press box facility, new lights, and it's just top facilities here for this Hawk squad, and a very sharp facility here along with a big video board at the west end of the field. The tree is gone in the end zone, so a little bit sad to see it go, but that added some character, but definitely a nice upgrade here for this Riverton Hawk program. A lot of those facilities being paid for through the 1% sales tax in Sangamon County for a lot of the schools within the Sangamo Conference, and they are benefiting from that, I would say, pretty well. This Hawk squad 0-8 on the season, less than 30 players on their total roster, and did not play any football contests at the lower levels this year. It makes it harder to get the program kind of turned back in the right direction. It's a program that won just one game a year ago and have not won a contest coming in to tonight's matchup between they and the Sockies, but one that is filled with some good athletes. Just have to put it together and get some more numbers for this program. The soccer program has been successful here at Riverton, and they'll be, of course, taking advantage of this new facility as well, which is always good. But the football side, it's been a little bit of a struggle. You've seen Pittsfield, Porta, and Riverton really in the bottom of the Sangamo Conference for the last several years. All of them wanting to, make a move where they get up a little higher in the standings, but have been unable to find that traction needed to make those improvements. It is senior night here at Riverton. They already announced a large group of seniors when it came to the football team, the cheerleaders, dance team, and band as well, all recognized here tonight. Congratulations to all of those young people participating in their final Friday night football contest of their career. We'll step aside for a time out of the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. When we come back, we'll have our visit with Pittsfield head coach Zach Ferguson on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show.
For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Barry, serving our community with compassion and respect.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times, and Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls in Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
Jersey's World! Jersey's World! Party time! Excellent! Party on, James! Party on, Todd!
Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, where you can find the best burgers, sandwiches, and steaks, all locally sourced from GJY Beef Company.
We love beer! We love beer!
Ice cold draft beer. Enjoy one of our many craft selections on the patio. All at Jersey's Bar and Grill, 109 East Jefferson, Camp Point, Illinois.
Visiting with Saki head coach Zach Ferguson for tonight's contest against the Riverton Hawks. Coach, big win last week, obviously, get that first one out of the way, and an opportunity tonight to end the season on a high point.
Yeah, we've talked about that, this week, and, it's kind of the same situation we were in last year where, we want to get 2 in a row going into next season and, as you said, finish on a high note.
Last week, kind of a momentum game early on. You got a couple of scores, a couple of 10 seconds apart, I think, in game time. That's the kind of thing you're looking for tonight. Try to take control of the game early.
Right. Yeah, we got a score on our first drive, and then Justin got that pick and set us up on 15-20, and then we scored on the next play. So it kind of set the tone for us. And tonight we need to kind of capitalize on those kind of things. And when we get a chance to put in the end zone, we need to.
Seems like those offensive struggles that kind of reared their head early on in the season, things have kind of leveled out a little bit, and you've kind of found something that works with this group.
Yeah, adapting what we did, kind of going to a specific thing kind of fits these kids, and it also kind of came from a little bit of necessity too. So the kids have stepped up and they've executed, and I'm proud of their effort, and they're doing what we're asking them to do, and we just got to continue that tonight.
Nice thing about this is it's kind of simplified some things for your offensive line.
Right.
And, you kind of get an opportunity basically as an offensive lineman to show what you can do because it's basically dependent on you making a block.
Right, yeah. We're not asking too much of them besides, getting to their landmark and, finishing their block. And the kids have done a really good job of finishing their blocks this past 3 or 4 weeks. So, it does. Zane Perry got an opportunity to step in, and seeing some of these guys adapt to the kind of changes we made, it's been nice to watch.
It's definitely changed the role for a guy like Javen Petty, who's a second-year starter as a quarterback. I don't know that you had any actual passing yards last week, but he's still doing a very good job of helping manage that game, move that offense along, and being a good leader.
Yeah, and that's what it's kind of a shock to the system when you go from, kind of a spread kind of thing to under eye most of the time. And as I told him, it doesn't mean we won't run some spread during the game, but, we're going to stick with what works. And he's never been selfish about it. He's never been upset about it. He just wants to win just as much as any of us do. So he's doing a very good job of managing that group and, doing what we're asking him to do.
On the defensive side of the ball, saw some big strides last week, and really you've seen that over the last several weeks. Guys are kind of adjusting to those roles, and you're still playing quite a few underclassmen on that side of the ball as well.
Yeah, next year we should be returning our, 6 of our front 7. So, again, it's development. It's, we are much better against run teams this year than we've been against passing teams, and that kind of fits into our style. Where tonight, they're going to be throwing the ball quite a bit, and we're going to have to raise our level of play on the pass side of the ball. So I'm interested to see how these kids react tonight.
You're going to be without Connor Allen tonight because of the ejection last week, and you hate that for a senior kid. But what it does do is it gives somebody else an opportunity to kind of step in and see what they can do.
Right, and Tucker Cook, I thought he did a good job last week, kind of stepping in for Connor, and Jesse Davidsmeyer, even though we've kind of kept him on the one side of the ball, he's going to have to get some reps out there on the defensive side. So, yeah, you hate to see that, with a senior in their last game, but as you said, it gives a chance for someone else to step up, and they're going to have to step up because there's no other option for that.
A win here, be the last game of the season for the program. No underclassmen game on Monday night due to just how the conference sets up. Overall, kind of, I know you've still got one game left, but kind of summarize, how you feel like the season's gone program-wide.
Well, I feel like we're in it's kind of the same boat we were in last year, where we've had some success at the JV level and the varsity level. We been tested early, had to battle through some adversity. I feel like we're still in a good spot, especially with how many young guys we have coming back. It's one of those things where it takes a few years to kind of get to the level of play that you're playing against, and I feel like we're getting there, and so I'm happy with where we're at. We just need to keep doing, and kids can't be satisfied with what they've done in the past. They got to try to be better in the future.
And a lot of that is to take that step from that, that JV level to the varsity level is just the overall speed of the game. Some of that is things that just have to be worked on in the off season, both individually and as a group.
Yeah, the weight room is a big deal. You got kids, jobs, many different types of influences that come in the off season, hunting, stuff like that. But when we get started, after Christmas break, we need to have a good number of kids in there, because ultimately it's their season, and the success is their success, and they got to come out and earn it.
That's Socky head coach Zach Ferguson. We're back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show after this.
Jersey's World, party time, excellent. Party on, James. Party on, Todd.
Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, where you can find the best burgers, sandwiches, and steaks, all locally sourced from GJY Beef Company.
We love beer. We love beer.
Ice cold draft beer. Enjoy one of our many craft selections on the patio. All at Jersey's Bar and Grill, 109 East Jefferson, Camp Point, Illinois.
Chris Nichols, managing broker and owner of PCRE Real Estate and Auction, has over 15 years of experience, specializing in selling hunting and recreational properties and farmland. Chris prides himself on combining buyers and sellers, both local and from around the country, to help both parties achieve their land investment goals. Chris takes the time to walk clients through the process of selling their property from start to finish, making the experience feel seamless and enjoyable. Contact Chris Nichols and PCRE Real Estate and Auction at 217-473-3777.
Prairie Land FS provides complete seed and application service. Our trained energy specialist, along with our crop specialist, can help you take your farming to the next level. Prairie Land FS, your leading supplier of choice.
At Full Throttle Parts, we do spray-on bed liners, a brand called Patriot Liner. It is very elite. It actually enhances the resale value of anything you put it on or off-road.
Go Full Throttle!
Go Full Throttle.
Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Matthews, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you.
As a new hunting season begins, we observe a species most rare, the hunter incompetus. The hunting ritual begins. Already he stakes his claim by bringing a duck call to a deer hunt. Disaster strikes. A devastating blow to a long-suffering species. There may be no helping the hunter incompetus, but for everyone else, no other place has it all like Farm and Home Supply.
Tell my mom to pick me up soon. Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. The marching band for Riverton is taking the field, getting ready to play the national anthem this evening. As they do that, we'll have the national anthem for you with the Army Choir and Band. We'll have the Farm and Home Supply starting lineups next. Well, good job by the Riverton High School Marching Band with the national anthem here, and the Army Band and Choir with your national anthem on Central Illinois Sports. If you wonder why, by the way, YouTube has some really fun rules when it comes to copyright, and there's only 3 national anthems that you can play on a YouTube video without it being a copyright infringement. That's why. It's not that we don't want to play the local bands, we just can't. But what we can do is tell you about the starting lineups. They're brought to you by Farm and Home Supply. From snacks and hoodies to power tools and lawn chairs, no other place has it all like your local Farm and Home Supply. Learn more at farmandhomesupply.com. Let's meet the starters for the Pittsfield Sockies. Up front, it'll be Daxton Nutter at center. He is a 5'10", 275-pound junior. At the right guard is Owen Shaw, the 6'1", 200-pound junior. And the right tackle is Zane Perry. He's 6'3", 240 pounds, and a sophomore. Jaron White starts at the left guard. He's 6'4", 285 pounds, and a junior. And Tracer Mountain starts at the left tackle. He's 6'2", 240 pounds, and a senior. Wideouts for the Sockies this evening: Isaac Helms, the 5'10", 150-pound senior. Justin Pinnock, the 6'2", 130-pound senior. Also, McKelvey Moore, the 5'8", 160-pound senior. And Carter Frazier, the 5'11", 150-pound junior. At the running back this evening is Matthew Edwards, the 5'8", 150-pound senior, and Javen Petty is the 6'1", 175-pound starter at quarterback for the Sockies. We'll meet the Riverton players as they take the field, as starting lineups were not available prior to press time tonight, so we'll learn more about the Hawks as the night goes along. Thanks to Farm and Home Supply for helping us out by being our pregame sponsor again. Not just the things you usually think about at Farm and Home Supply. They have that too, you know, your hunting gear and lots of great apparel, but they've got snacks, hoodies, power tools, lawn chairs, really just a menagerie of things.
A little bit of everything.
At Farm and Home Supply, they're available throughout the region or online. You can learn more at farmandhomesupply.com. 5 minutes to kick off here at Riverton. We step aside for the final timeout on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Back with kickoff as the Sockies and the Hawks go head-to-head on Central Illinois Sports.
Press Yours On You would like to wish all the area teams the best of luck this year. If you're looking to get your team shirts or just looking for spirit wear for yourself, remember Press Yours On You. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space in our shop. Stop by and see us and check out our offerings. Business lets us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Thank you to everyone in our community for the support over the last 16 years. Thank you for supporting local. Press Yours On You, 506 West Wood, Camp Point, Illinois. United Community Bank has been serving our community in banking since 1973 and is a proud member of the Pittsfield Strong United community. UCB brings you the latest banking technology, security, and convenience you expect, delivered with friendly local service you deserve from your community bank. UCB invites you to stop in for a visit at number 1 Professional Plaza in Pittsfield, or you can find them online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank, the leader of community banking, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Sign up for a Saki Rewards debit card. Best Systems Insulators offer insulation for homes and commercial buildings throughout central Illinois and the surrounding areas. We take great care to ensure that the insulation products we use are the best fit for our clients and their project. We understand that different buildings have different needs and that each of our clients has a unique set of goals. Let us work with you to find the best solution for your next project. Call Best Systems Insulators at 217-285-6005. That's 285-6005. Or visit them online at GoBestSystems.com. Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Dear Wester Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dear Wester Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dear Wester Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Wester Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwestergrain.com. Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon boys. To get it right the first time, no job too big. Have you seen Braden and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, couldn't resist. Call Braden at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. Thanks to Great Rivers Bank for being our pregame sponsor throughout the football season and into the basketball season, which will be here before you know it. Playoff pairings tomorrow from the IHSA. You can check that out at ihsa.org. We'll have the Central Panthers for you next Saturday in their opening round contest.
Had a pretty good season over there.
Yeah, have a chance to be 9-0 if they can beat a tough West Central squad, though. Don't count out those Cougars. They're a team that has...
Small team, but they seem to be pretty scrappy this year.
They pack a large punch, though, it looks like, and a game that they could really use to help them with positioning in the playoffs if they could pull off the big upset here tonight. Pittsfield looks like they will receive the opening kickoff this evening. And the Sockies are in the visiting white uniforms. Gray pants this evening, red helmets. Riverton is in the orange unis, and I really like those. They are sharp. Orange uniform, tops and bottoms, orange helmets with the blue numbers and white trim here this evening. Isaac Crumrine has it teed up and ready to kick it off. The 6'4", 180-pound senior. McKelvey Moore back deep for the Sockies, along with Carter Frazier. And the man on the far side appears to be Matthew Edwards. They all stand back near their own 10-yard line. Crumrine, the left-footed kicker, is going to try an onside kick to start the game, and the Sockies will recover as Taylor Graham, the sophomore, recovers it. And Pittsfield will start first and 10 from their own 48-yard line on the opening possession of the night.
Sockies start in very good field position due to that attempt failing.
Pittsfield without, I'll call it the 47. How about that?
Okay.
Pittsfield without Connor Allen, who was ejected last week, so they'll see more of Cameron Smith at that tight end spot when Pittsfield goes to the power look, which is what they've come out with here. Double tight end set with the I formation. The quarterback, Petty, will be under center. It's the fullback, Davidsmeyer, along with the halfback, Edwards, in the backfield. They turn, take the snap, hand it off to the deep man, and Edwards. He'll push his way across the 50-yard line to the 49 of the Hawks, a gain of 4 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 6. Pittsfield, as we talked about with head coach Zach Ferguson in the pregame interview that we hope you all enjoyed, talked about how this has really become the identity of the Saki program, this ground and pound style, and they've found something here over the last 4 weeks. Petty again under center. He'll hand it off to Davidsmeyer, running along the right side. Not much there this time as a big pileup near the 47, a gain of a couple on the play. And this will bring up a 3rd down and closer to 5. So 3rd down and 5 yards to go. On the opening drive of this contest, Pittsfield will switch out some tight ends for some receivers now as Archer's on the field, along with Helms. Also see Lane Foster join the action for the first time tonight.
Riverton was really packing some men in the box. They'll spread it out a little now, it looks like.
2 receivers wide to the left. A single man out wide to the right-hand side as well. Petty's in the shotgun. He will hand it off to Foster. Foster with a carry right up the right side. He's got enough for the first down. Draven Peterbilt led the way on the block, and Foster gets to the 41. A gain of 6 on the play and a 1st and 10 for Pittsfield.
Saki spread him out a little bit and then run the ball. Run lane right that time.
Foster had just 1 carry a week ago, a 9-yard carry. He's in for this play as well. Peterbo's checked in as the tight end. He's offset on the right side. Petty is in the shotgun. Long snap count, takes the snap, hands it off, trying to get the outside corner. There's Foster, still on his feet, breaks outside, spin move, and is power driven down to the turf near the 30-yard line. A pickup of 9 yards on the play. On the run by Lane Foster. It'll bring up a 2nd down and a yard to go.
Give it to him. Call it 10.
All right, 1st and 10. They said get it to the big line.
Like the big lines.
Is this going to be one of those crews again? Going to have a big line crew tonight? It could be the big line crew. I don't know. Be. We are in the Springfield area, so.
Big lines. Under center is Petty in the I formation again. He'll turn and hand it off to the deep back. That's Edwards. Big hole left side. Tries to break a tackle and does. Inside the 10, 5, and he'll go for the score. No flags on the field, and Pittsfield strikes first at the 9:56 mark of the first quarter of play. A 30-yard touchdown run by Matthew Edwards, and the Sakis take an early 6-0 lead. That's on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard for all of your needs when it comes to buying or selling real estate within Pike County and beyond. It's PCRE Real Estate and Auction. Learn more at PCRErealestate.com. 6-0 Sakis. Cook on for the extra point attempt as the holder is Frazier. The hold is down. The kick is up. It's a low-line drive kick, and the officials tell us that it is good to make it 7-0. Well, the Sakis strike first on a 30-yard touchdown run around the left end by Matthew Edwards. With 9 minutes, 56 seconds to play in the first, it's Pittsfield 7, Riverton 0.
Welcome to Douglas Automotive and Tire, your expert truck and car repair center in Pittsfield, Illinois. We provide full service from oil changes to new tires and everything in between. Contact us today to schedule service. We're located at 303 West Jefferson Street in Pittsfield, Illinois. Call 217-922-0064. That's 217-922-0064. Britton and the gang know cars, and if you need repairs, call Douglas Automotive today for all your repairs.
I'm not sure if there's a better checking account around.
We will pay the highest checking account interest rate that we have right now.
It is a very generous 4.07 APY.
As far as ID Secure goes,
it gives you protection with credit monitoring.
So the peace of mind of that's very nice.
Welcome back to Riverton. Pittsfield takes a 7-0 lead early in this contest on a 30-yard run by Matthew Edwards. Back deep we see Landon Meyer, and also back is Bryce Overrider. Cook has it teed up, ready to kick this one off, and he'll kick a little low line drive that's going to bounce into the hands of Overreader. He'll hand the ball off, though, as Meyer's going to try to find some running room on the left side. Trying to turn the corner, and on his feet along the sideline, stutter steps, and is going to say he stepped out of bounds near the 31-yard line, and that's where the Hawks will start first and 10 at their own 31 with 9:47 to play in the game's opening quarter.
He kind of slow played at that time. At first I thought maybe he was going to get tackled about where he got the ball, and then
3 Sakis were there in position. They just couldn't get him. The little slippery sucker. You couldn't get him down.
Ethan Bates will be the quarterback. He's the 6 foot, 170-pound senior. He's in the shotgun. 2 receivers wide to the left, 1 to the right-hand side. Calls for the snap. He'll hand it off to the running back. Running along the left-hand side, this is Keegan Golo. Golo looking for some room and is taken down after a short gain. Looks like he's up near the 33-yard line, a gain of 2 yards on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 for the Hawks. Got a little trouble with the chain on the far side. It looks like it has had to lay down for a second. Could have.
Got tangled up in the number over there, maybe.
2 receivers split wide to the right-hand side now as Bates is in the shotgun. He is back to pass. Coming through the quick hitter on the right-hand side to his man Landon Meyer. Good blocking out in front, 35, 40-yard line before he's slung out of bounds right at the 41. That'll be a gain of 8 on the play, and that'll be enough for a Hawks 1st down.
They're going to call it a little short, it looks like. No,
there we go.
Not today. Ain't nobody got time for that. It's at 1st and 10. On a nice catch and run by Landon Meyer, the 5'9", 155-pound senior. Got good blocking in front out that time as well. Fresh set of downs for Riverton. 9:01 to play in the opening quarter. Clock stopped as the man went out of bounds. 2 receivers wide left, 2 to the right-hand side. Bates stands tall in the shotgun. He puts Meyer in motion, and we'll have a false start, it appears, as that'll be the first penalty of the contest, and we'll move the ball back 5 yards and create a 1st and 15 situation from the 36-yard line.
Put his man in motion, and then somebody jumped also.
Not good. Not good.
Makes it harder to get 1st downs for sure.
Yep, those 1st down penalties definitely do hamper some things at the high school level. Bates now is back to pass. He throws to his left, has it caught on the play. That is going to be Isaiah McCulloch. McCulloch still looking for some running room and is taken down near the 40-yard line, a gain of 4 yards on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 11.
Still having trouble with the chains over there. Looks like the chain may have come off the bottom of the stick.
Well, that'll be interesting if there's a measurement later. 2nd down, 11 yards to go, 8:20 and counting into the first quarter. 7-0 Pittsfield with the early lead, but Riverton on the move here from their own 40-yard line.
They must have bought those chains from Triopia.
That's right. Now they'll come out with a trip set bunch to the right-hand side. Bates again in the shotgun. He is back to pass, rolling out to his right. Keeps his eyes downfield, throws. It is caught. Man is tripped up, taken down after a
overrider.
Gain on the play to the 47-yard line. Overrider with a 7-yard gain. This will bring up a 3rd down and 4. Pinnock on the stop for the Sakis, but deep into the defensive secondary. So 3rd down, 4 yards to go from the 47. Hawks trying to keep this drive moving and get into Pittsfield territory for the first time tonight.
Sakis have not been able to get much pressure on the quarterback so far.
Put him in on the move quite a bit, and he's delivered well, has Bates. He's back to pass again. Looking right the entire way. Hits his man in Meyer. Meyer fighting for yards. He's got the 1st down as he'll get forward progress to the Pittsfield 47. A gain of 6 yards on the play, and that'll be a Hawks 1st and 10.
Looks like he comes out and looks for Meyer every time. I'd say he's a favorite target.
1st and 10 from the Pittsfield 47-yard line. Riverton with a good response after giving up the early touchdown to the Sakis. 3 receivers split wide left, a single man, and Oberrider to the right-hand side. Bates in the gun. He'll hand the ball off this time in the backfield. Running back looking for room is Gullo, and he'll be stood up and taken down for a short loss on the play. Looks like it's back to the 48-yard line, a loss of a single yard on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 11. Illini Express here to serve you with walk-in medical care when you need it. Open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every Monday through Saturday. You'll find Illini Express on the south side of the square in Pittsfield. Learn more about their services at IlliniHospital.org. Bates goes to the sideline to bring the play in here. Second-year head coach Colton Piper, the head man for this Riverton squad. 3 receivers wide left, a single man to the right-hand side. Bates again in the shotgun on the 2nd and 11. He's back to pass. Clean pocket. He is going to have a completion as McCulloch tries to break away but is taken down after, again, a short gain. Looks to be at the 47, so gained that yard back they lost a moment ago. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 10. Looked like Carter Frazier out on the initial hit for the Sockies that time.
Still so hard to tell because that stick they're still working on over there.
Yeah, because the box is down.
The box is up.
The box is up, down, but the stick is down, yeah.
Yeah, it would make it difficult to measure for sure.
3rd down and 10 from the Pittsfield 47. See if they look for Meyer here. He's been their go-to guy when they needed a guy tonight.
He is in motion, and we're going to have a false start.
Yep, 2nd time we've seen that this evening for the Hawks. Just some movement up front. That will move the ball back into their own territory near the 48-yard line and bring up a 3rd down and 15. So a little bit of movement on the offensive line. Hawks, though, quick to the line here. 3rd down, 15 yards to go. 2 receivers wide to either side as they get the ready for play whistle. Bates in the shotgun. Puts a man in motion from the left to the right-hand side in Meyer. He is back to pass as Bates. Deep in the pocket. Throwing it deep downfield. Looking, and it's intercepted by Pinnock. Pinnock with his 2nd pick in as many weeks. It will turn the ball up near the 30-yard line, and that's where Pittsfield will take over 1st and 10.
Pinnock ran under at that time like he was the intended receiver, and he was pretty much the only guy at home at that point.
Played safety that time well and looked like a center fielder. And on the Northwestern Mutual instant replay, you'll see the pick that gives the Sockies the ball 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line officially here with 5 minutes, 18 seconds to play in the 1st. That's sort of what happened for the Sockies last week. They got a big takeaway early in the contest and were able to capitalize on the mistake of Porta a week ago. Seeing if they can do the same with Riverton here tonight. They'll have it 1st and 10 from their own 29. High formation, Petty's under center. Hands off to the deep back, that's Edwards. Big hole left side. Now the ball comes loose, and it's going to fumble out of bounds. Hawks had 3 guys right on it, but the ball is out of bounds near the 32-yard line. So give Edwards a gain of 3 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 7. Looked like that was Isaiah McCulloch that forced the fumble that time. Again, 3 Hawks right there near the fumbled football, but unable to get on it before it hit the sideline there.
Yeah, Edwards lucky that time he was as near the sideline as he was.
2nd down and 7 as it is. Edwards is the deep back. Smith and Archer now will move to the right side of the formation, and the Sockies will have a false start as the far guy on the right side went down and came back up.
Yeah.
That's Peterbow at the tight end spot. That'll be a 5-yard penalty on the Sockies. He came set and then tried to stand back up again. 5-yard penalty, moves it back to the 27-yard line. 2nd and 12. So a penalty on Pittsfield, their first of the evening. 2nd and 12, they'll again put those 2 gentlemen in Archer and Smith to the right hand of the formation. They'll hand it off to Davidsmeyer, running up the gut, keeps his shoulders down, and gets a nice gain on the play across the 30-yard line near the 33. On the play, that's a gain of 6, and brings up a 3rd down and 6. So Davidsmeyer with the solid run and brings up a 3rd down here for the Sockies with 4:46 and counting in the first period.
Everything back on from the penalty, and now see what we can do here on 3rd down.
They might go with a play action here to Peterbow possibly. He's lined up on the right side. Petty is going to run the option here. Pitches it outside to Edwards. A lot of traction back there. Edwards, though, fights hard, and it looks like he has the 1st down as he's up across the 40 to the 41-yard line. That should be enough for a Pittsfield 1st down with a gain of 9.
Pitch happened very quickly that time as Petty wasn't really even able to get out there, but was able to get the pitch out to Edwards, and Edwards did a good job fighting for yards.
9-yard pickup for Edwards on the play on his 3rd carry of the night. On the Northwestern Mutual instant replay, you'll see it here. Petty felt all kinds of pressure early on in this play. I'm going to get it out of here. Edwards made a man miss in the backfield and then did the rest kind of on his own out there.
A bunch of yards after first contact there. Good job.
Petty's in the gun this time. He's back to pass. Looking to the right-hand side. There's Peterbow. It was just a play early. He runs out of bounds, and the Sockies are going to have an illegal block. Peterbow is up to the 45-yard line, but a block in the back, it appears, is going to bring this one back as somebody went flailing from the Hawks side with 2 hands in his back. And that will be the call. Where did the penalty occur? I'll say at the 45-yard line, so that'll move it back to the 35 and bring up a first down and 16.
4-yard gain on it then, Joe?
Well, really no gain. It negates the gain on the play. 1st and 16 here.
It's like the play didn't happen even though you actually kind of gained.
Okay.
Just a do-over.
Weird, huh?
The down didn't count. Should be first down. They'll hand it off on the right-hand side. Ball carrier appeared to be Foster this time. He gains the yardage back to the 41-yard line, a gain of 6 on the play. 2nd and 10.
Definitely 2nd and 10.
No, I would think so. The box says 3rd as well. So
you don't lose it down for
well,
a
they
block
might have said it was after the play was over, but did not call it a personal foul. They're calling it a 3rd down and 10 yards to go here.
Weird.
Still working on the chain on the far end of things
now
as well.
it's 2nd down.
Okay.
That's correct.
All right. I thought maybe I'd missed another one of those rule changes. Everybody looks at their wristwatch. They have them synchronized, and they'll hand the ball off to Foster, running to the left-hand side. Dives forward up near the 49-yard line. That'll be a gain of 8 on the play, and it should bring up a 3rd down.
And about 1, I believe.
It should be about 3rd down and 2. So 3rd down and 2 yards to go here from the Pittsfield 49-yard line. 2:55 and counting here in the opening quarter.
Yeah,
who carried the ball there?
That was Foster with the 8-yard pickup. So 3rd and 2 here as they get the other stick stood back up. They'll hand it off on the right-hand side. That is Davidsmeyer with the first down run for the Sockies to the Hawks' 48-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play and a 1st and 10 for Pittsfield.
We saw last week Davidsmeyer keep grounding and pounding like that, and eventually he'll break through the other side of the pile and find a long run.
I believe he's had consecutive games with over 100 yards rushing for this Socky outfit. And Pittsfield has a 1st and 10 from the Hawks' 48-yard line. A lot of men up at the box, and now the man on the left-hand side moves early. That's Smith on the false start. That'll move Pittsfield back 5 yards. And we have not seen that from the Socky squad really at all this season. False start penalties have been minimal. Holding penalties have been fairly minimal on the year.
The front line of the Sockies has done a pretty good job this year protecting Petty, giving him a little bit of time to throw when he wants to throw and opening up the holes when we need to run.
I formation here. Petty will take the snap. Pitch it outside to Edwards. Edwards looking for some running room. Cuts back, gets up near the original line of scrimmage, maybe a little more, to the 46-yard line. That's a pickup of, 3 on one side and 4 on the other is a 7-yard pickup on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8. Sometimes the math just doesn't math quickly enough in your own head. 2nd down and 8 yards to go. Under 2 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Pittsfield a 7-0 advantage. And on a drive here that started at their own 29 with 5:18 to play in the period. High formation again. Petty will have the inside handoff to Archer. Gets a block out in front. He might go. 30-yard line, 25-20, 15-10, 5, and Luke Archer with the touchdown run for the Sockies. A 46-yard scamper with 1:30 to play in the first.
That's a little counter move that they ran a couple times last week, but not quite that success.
Archer, the 46-yard touchdown run, his first of the season, and Pittsfield with a 13-0 lead on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. Cook on for the extra point attempt at the 1:30 mark of this first period. The holder is Frazier. The long snapper is the sophomore Perry. Low snap, hold down, kick up. It's a high kick. It is long enough, and it is good. Pittsfield on top by 2 scores as they get the little trickery on the inside handoff this time to Luke Archer, the junior tight end, with the touchdown run of 46 yards. 1 block, and he was gone with 1:30 to play in the first. It's Pittsfield 14, Riverton nothing.
The Farm Stand, located at 405 East Park Street in Camp Point, Illinois, is the place to go when you're looking for a fresh, homemade meal. Open Wednesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., the Farm Stand has a full breakfast and lunch menu. Enjoy breakfast favorites such as biscuits and gravy, pancakes, French toast, and the loaded breakfast burrito. For lunch, check out the great selection of sandwiches, salads, paninis, and more. You'll never leave hungry when you visit the Farm Stand in Camp Point.
Another rock and roll weekend.
Burgers, better with Pepsi.
Pittsfield ready to kick off with a 2-score lead after Luke Archer takes the ball 46 yards to pay dirt. Cook puts his foot into this one, a low-line drive kick on the turf. Man will try to dive on it. The ball is bouncing around, and Riverton does recover near their own 34-yard line, and that's where the Hawks will have it first and 10 with 1:30 to play here in the first.
Looked like Cook didn't catch quite as much of it as he usually does. He often gets the ball to skip like that, but he's gets it to skip a little further than that. But
trying to get it to bounce around on the turf out there. Bowlers Universe open Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Fridays until midnight. Saturdays 4 to midnight. They offer many menu items, great specials throughout the week, each and every day at Bowlers Universe in Pittsfield. Hawks come out with their second drive of the evening. Bates is back to pass. Looking deep down the left side. Has a man right there and can't bring it in. A little too far on the intended hookup that time with Meyer, and it'll bring up a second down and 10. They had Meyer out there on an island all along his lonesome, I believe, with Caden Ferguson out there.
He had a step, but
he had a step. The ball was just 2 steps ahead of him.
Yeah, pretty good pass.
Might not be too worried if you're the Hawks about going back to that the next time around. Just a little more loft. Meyer is 5'9", 155 pounds, so not an extremely tall young man, but Ferguson only at 5'4". Back to pass is Bates again, looking for a quick hitter on the left-hand side, has his man. He'll be wrestled down by a couple of Sakis here. That is Meyer on the catch near the 39-yard line, a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down and 5.
Looked like Shaw and
Ferguson.
Either Ferguson or is that Hayden Grattan over there, Charlie?
Grattan's playing the safety spot. I thought Ferguson was the man wide on the right-hand side.
Yeah, I think it was Grattan in on that tackle, though.
All right. Both of those sophomores on the field right now in the defensive backfield for Pittsfield. Bates in the shotgun for the Hawks. Trips bunch to the right-hand side, back to pass. Quick hitter left-hand side, has his man again, and has enough for a first down.
It's number 4, Graydon Hartlop.
So Hartlop with the reception near the 45-yard line, a gain of 6 on the play, and a first and 10 for the Hawks with 30 seconds to play in the first period. Hawks do not have to run a play prior to the end of the quarter, and it looks like they will choose to let the final 20 seconds or so run off the clock here. After a period of high school football action on Central Illinois Sports, it's Pittsfield 14, Riverton nothing. Back with second quarter play-by-play after this.
The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and will carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517. When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
GSI grain bins are built using the highest strength steel available. This allows you to store more grain to maximize your profitability and efficiency. Buy one now and receive our winter discount program. Mixer Lumber Company, your GSI grain bin dealer.
Welcome back to Riverton. 14-0 is the Pittsfield lead as we get ready to start second quarter action. Hawks have the ball first and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Just picked up a first down in the last play of the first quarter. Riverton moved the ball well in their only drive, but the drive ended in an interception by Justin Pinnock. Pittsfield has scored twice, once on a 30-yard run by Matthew Edwards, the other on a 46-yard run by Luke Archer. With Justin Poore and John Hull, I'm Charlie Hull. Glad you've joined us for Week 9 action here in the Sangamo Conference on Central Illinois Sports. Ethan Bates, the quarterback, is in the shotgun here for the first play of the second period. Wipes the perspiration from his hands, and he will hand the ball off at the backfield this time.
Handing it off to Meyer this time instead of passing it to him.
And
Not
Meyer
much
will
there.
be stood up after, well, a loss of about a half a yard on the play to the 44-yard line. It'll bring up a second down and 11. Meyer is a versatile young man, though. He really can play a lot of different positions for this squad. You'll see him line up at the wideout position. And he always finds a way to be open out there, it seems like. I like to see how quickly Bates gets the ball out of his hand. He does a nice job, and you can tell there's some good chemistry between he and several of his receivers. Two receivers wide to the right-hand side, a single man to the left for Riverton. In the all-orange uniforms here on senior night for the Hawks.
This time they got Griffin Hartlaw back here.
Rolling out to the right is Bates, throwing on the run. He has it near the sideline. That ball is caught.
They're going to say out of bounds.
Popped out as he hit the ground, so incomplete. And let's bring up a third down and 11. Good effort by the receiver out there in, I believe that was Oberreiter that time, trying to get both feet down. I think he did, but the ball just popped out as he hit the turf. Third and 11. Clock stops with exactly 11 minutes to play here in the second quarter.
Really felt like Bates, for the most part, other than on the interception, really has done a good job of taking what the defense has given him and been able to gain some good yardage on the passes.
I would agree. Well, hasn't really forced much. The one pass was interception, was just a little underthrown. I don't think it was forced. It was a good throw.
Yeah.
Right throw, just a little overthrown. Third down and 11 yards to go here for the Hawks, just shy of midfield from their own 44. They'll put Meyer in motion from the left to the right. Bates takes the snap. He's back to pass. Clean pocket. Throwing to his left, and it's nearly intercepted. This time by Tucker Cook, playing that outside linebacker spot. It falls off of his hands to the turf, incomplete, and will bring up a fourth down and 11. So fourth and 11 for the Hawks. Will they choose to punt? They run a couple of new guys onto the field. Would make you think that they will punt this one away. Sakis will send Taylor Graham back deep to receive the punt. Is that Isaac Crumrine back to kick? Number one.
Oberreiter, I believe. Is it 11?
I believe it's 11.
All right, so Oberreiter. I couldn't see. I saw one, didn't see the other. Good punt. Kind of a wobbler, headed toward the sideline and goes out of bounds near the 25-yard line. And let's see where they officially mark it here. They'll say the 24. And that's where Pittsfield will start first and 10 with 10 minutes, 52 seconds to play in this first half.
Caught on that we noticed they like big lines. They backed up a line.
They like big lines and they cannot lie. But this time it's at the 24. First and 10, the Sakis trying to make it another touchdown drive here. Again, a 30-yard run by Edwards, a 46-yard run by Archer have been the two touchdown plays for Pittsfield so far this evening. First and 10 from their own 24s. Petty's in the shotgun now. Two wide to either side. He'll hand the ball off to Lane Foster, looking for some running room along the left-hand side. He'll be taken down near the 30-yard line, a gain of 6 yards on the play. It'll make up a second down and 4. Not a lot of opportunity for Foster to get outside this time. Just follow the blockers, got what the defense gave him, and picks up a solid 6 on first down.
Saki's kind of mixing up the offenses a little bit now, running a little spread, a little power.
Two men wide left, a single to the right-hand side. Petty again in the shotgun. He gets a low snap, hands it off on the left-hand side. It's Foster, big gain, trying to find a hole to run away from the man.
Going.
Out in front, Owen Shaw with a good block out there, all the way downfield as he was leading Foster. The ball came loose at the end, and it looks like they have recovered. Has Riverton.
Fumble.
Wow, the Hawks recover right at the end. You give Foster a carry all the way to the 45-yard line, so a gain of 25 yards, but then fumbles it away, and the Hawks will take over first and 10 from their own 41-yard line. 10 minutes, 9 seconds to play in the first, and the Hawks are the big takeaway here.
Looked like he wrestled it right out of his hands. I don't think that he really dropped it.
I'm not sure that he ever even actually got the tackle. I think he just tackled the ball and took it from him that time.
Nice job by the Riverton defender. Way downfield that time to get the takeaway. First and 10 for the Hawks from their own 41-yard line. 10:09 to play here in the second quarter. Bates is back to pass. Going to try to set up a screen pass. Has it completed. Saki's trying to run the man down, and they do from behind. Near the
number 12, Griffin.
45-yard line.
Griffin Hartlaw.
Was it not Gullo?
Keegan
Number
Gullo?
12?
Number 12?
12?
You see, that's the year.
Oh, well, I can't read. 12.
We know.
Golo.
There's
we
like
know.
12
We
number
know.
12s.
To the 46-yard
so many
line.
12s.
2nd and 5.
So much more confusing when there's all those 12s on the field.
Why is there so many 12s?
12s, 11s, 10s, a couple 9s. There's no linemen there.
Niner? Did I catch a niner in there?
2nd down and 4 for Riverton from their own 46. Bates in the shotgun. Trips bunch to the left-hand side. He'll single man out wide right. Calls the line set. Back to pass. Rolling out to his left. Now he's going to try to tuck it and run. Has some running room out in front. Runs through one arm tackle, and now Edwards will take him down, but not before he reaches the 48-yard line of the Sockies. A pickup of 6 yards and a 1st and 10 for Riverton. So now the Hawks trying to take advantage of the takeaway by Pittsfield. And they have it 1st and 10 from the Socky 48-yard line. Ethan Bates, the 6', 170-pound senior, showing off the running ability there. He'll come out with 2 receivers wide right, a single man to the left-hand side. Running back stands just to his right as he's in the shotgun. Ooh, looked like he was surprised by the snap that time. Quick hitter, though. Kind of played it off fairly coolly that time. And they'll blow the whistle here. Ooh. And then everybody kind of gets tangled up, tripped up.
Everybody was all in a big pile. Nothing you could do.
Meyer on the catch takes it to the 43-yard line. A gain of 5 on the play. 2nd and 5 for Riverton. So again, the Hawks on the move here. 2nd and 5. 8 minutes, 19 seconds, and the clock ticking down in the second quarter. On the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard, it's Pittsfield 14, Riverton nothing. But Riverton trying to get their first touchdown of the night on the board.
Bates comes running in with play. Let's see what they got for him this time.
They'll send Overrider out to the right along with Meyer. A single man at the bottom of your screen. On the left-hand side is Hartlip. They'll send Bates back to pass. Rolling to his right, pump fakes. Still running, looks downfield. It's too high. And out of bounds goes that pass. Incomplete. It'll make about 3rd down and 5. Never really got much out there to open up and just threw that one high so only his receiver would have a play on it and live to play another down. 3rd down and 5. Clock stops on the incompletion with 7 minutes, 48 seconds to play in the half. Damon Emmerich at Great Rivers Bank here to help you with your next auto, residential, or commercial loan need. Call Damon 217-285-4404. 3rd down and 5 yards to go from the Pittsfield 43-yard line for Riverton. A little confusion now as they'll say, no, you go that way and you go this way. Meyer is the single receiver on the left-hand side. He's lined up against Grattan, the sophomore defensive back. They'll look to the right now. Ball is thrown a little behind the line. Caught here by McCulloch, but had to go back to make the reception. Looks like he's going to lose about a yard on the play to the 44-yard line, and that will result in a 4th down and 6. I would assume you'll see Riverton go for it here. Kind of that in-between situation on a 4th and 6 from the 44. I'd be looking for Meyer the whole way right here. He's picked up not less than 6 yards, I don't think, at any time tonight. Not just from 5-yard gains, I guess, but right at what they would need for the 1st down play here.
Hey, you can make an argument for punting. You can make an argument for going for it here, but I would go for it.
Their last punt, the kicker had a pretty good leg.
Yeah.
Hard to take something off of it every time.
Hawks will go for it here. 2 receivers to the left. Bates is back to pass. Some pressure up the middle. Throws downfield. It's picked off again by Pinnock. Pinnock with another pick this time. Still on his feet, and we'll see a penalty flag fly here.
Oh,
ball comes out at the end, but they'll say the man was down. So Pinnock returns it out to the 32-yard line, call it the 33 on his 2nd interception of the night. But a flag here, either a block in the back or an illegal blindside block here, I believe, is what we'll see. As you kind of saw, I think it was McKelvey Moore kind of set up out there, and as the man was coming back toward him, he kind of hit him on that blindside block, and that should move it back 15 yards.
Carter Frazier was in that area too. He's the one that picked up the ball after it hit the ground. But
what did the official tell us, John? Anything yet?
Hasn't told us anything yet.
There he goes.
Block in the back.
Block in the back.
So that'll move it back, but Pittsfield with the takeaway is Pinnock with his 2nd interception of the night. And that goes back to the 18-yard line. That's where Pittsfield will start this drive. 1st and 10 with 6 minutes 49 seconds to play here in the first half.
So was that a 10-yard and a 15-yard penalty? Because they had a personal foul.
Foul as well, but I think the personal foul would supersede things unless it's a dead ball.
Yeah, it was just, the personal foul took precedence. The 10-yard penalty was declined.
Okay.
Or doesn't count, or however that works.
So a 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. 6:49 to play here in the half. Petty will be in the shotgun here. He will hand the ball off to Edwards, running to the left-hand side, trying to get outside. Has a good gain here on 1st down. In fact, enough for a 1st down run up to the 30-yard line, a gain of 12 on the play, and that'll result in a Saki 1st and 10. Let's see if we can go back and look at that interception by Pinnock on the Northwestern Mutual replay. Ball kind of heaved up, and Pinnock again was kind of playing center field. You'll see really not much of a blindside block. Yeah, it was Shaw, actually, who got called for the block in the back there. You can kind of see him kind of put his hands up the end like, it wasn't me, I didn't mean to. Hand off on the right-hand side now. Edwards breaks through the initial tackle. Still on his feet up near the 39-yard line. A gain of 9 yards on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and a yard to go.
Edwards running with reckless abandon right now, trying to get as many yards as he can here in his last game of his senior year.
9-yard pickup to the 39-yard line. 2nd and 1, just under 6 minutes to play in the opening half. Pittsfield has Davidsmeyer back on the field now. There go the Hawk flags again.
They kind of end up in the way of the play a little bit here and there, but
high formation. They'll hand it off to the deep back. That's Edwards. Gets a good block out in front this time. Still on his feet trying to get outside. Down the far sideline and finally drug out of bounds near the Riverton 37-yard line. A pickup on the play of 24 yards and a 1st and 10 for the Sakis.
Gives Edwards 104 yards rushing on the night already.
With 5:16 to go in the second quarter.
By far his highest output on the season.
He's had several big runs already on the night.
A 30-yard touchdown run. Didn't hurt. Clock rolling here to the 5-minute mark. Graham is split out wide to the right along with Archer. Single receiver on the left-hand side as well. That appears to be Carter Frazier, but he's a long way away and not very wide and not turned this way. They'll hand the ball off to the single back. No, Petty's going to keep it and now try to pitch it outside at the last moment to Archer, trying to fight free of the defender, but a nice job of the open field tackle. Take him down to the 34-yard line, a gain of 4 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 6. Meyer in on the stop for Riverton for the Hawks. 4-yard pickup to the 34. On the first reception of the night by Luke Archer.
So we're going to call that a pass?
Was it a forward pass?
It was a forward pass, so.
Well, I'm glad that the linemen did a great job of staying home.
Did they?
I don't know about that.
Must have, no call.
They'll hand the ball off to Davidsmeyer now, looking for some room. He stood up and driven backwards now. Short gain of a yard to the 33, and it'll be 3rd down and 5. Really nice job of the interior defense for Riverton. They've not really let Jesse Davidsmeyer do much so far tonight. So a 3rd down here. Long 5, short 6 with 3:43 and counting of the first. And Pittsfield running some personnel on and off. Edwards back on. Davidsmeyer goes off. Play clock's not on tonight, but they're keeping the clocks on the field here. And Pittsfield brings the play in from the sideline. I think they might want to.
Seems like they might want to hurry, doesn't it?
Back judge not counting yet. Petty in the shotgun now. He does begin his count. Petty will take the snap. Good snap. He's back to pass. Has some pressure. Lobs it up out there for Edwards. He's got the 1st down. Makes a man miss of the 20. 15-yard line. Dives ahead and is down near the 13. A pickup of 20 yards on the play to the 13-yard line on the reception, and a well-thrown ball that time by Javen Petty. Just lobbed it up and let his man go get it, and a 1st and 10 to the 13-yard line of the Hawks for the Sakis here. And Riverton wants to call the timeout, their first of the contest. We'll pause as well. 2:54 to play in the half. Pittsfield on top, 14-0.
The Liquor Booth is your home for a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. The Liquor Booth has 2 locations in Quincy, 3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
At Game Masters in Quincy,
we're passionate about the outdoors.
Game Masters has the largest selection of gun safes in the tri-state area. That's right, everything from the vaults, vault doors, and safe accessories. Only the quality brands like Fort Knox, American Security, Browning, and Liberty. Come in and check out the displays or go to GameMastersOutdoors.com to check out the selection online as well.
Clothing, fishing, hunting, gifts, and more.
We're passionate about the outdoors.
Timeout taken by Riverton at the 2:54 mark of the first quarter. They do have 2 timeouts left, not 1, as your screen is lying to you for a second. It's kind of like watching the news. 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. Clock stopped with a timeout. Pittsfield trying to get another score on the board here. They also get the ball to start the second half of play. So finishing this drive would be big. It started at their own 18-yard line on another interception by Justin Pinnock, his second of the night. Javen Petty stands in the shotgun. Foster to his right. They'll run the jet sweep with
McKelvey Moore.
He'll get a touchdown from it, but a penalty flag at the 15-yard line because the jet sweep just not so fast, my friends. Cannot actually work well for this hockey squad. It is cursed, like the mummy.
Holding call.
The curse of the hanky this time. The penalty happened in the backfield of the 15-yard line, so that'll move it back to the 23-yard line because had that happened from that point, it would have been an insurmountable difference for the Sockey's to be able to overcome. And so instead of a 1st and 20, it'll be a 1st and 18, which is obviously not as insurmountable as it would have been had it been
those
the old
2 yards make a difference, okay?
We're moving.
Yeah, they're going to walk it off from the line of scrimmage.
It's like we were here, and now we're going, there it is, right there, he says.
Perfect.
You said the Sockey's get the ball in the second half, but they received the first
No, they
kick.
don't. You're right. I lied, just like the news.
Yeah.
Petty is in the shotgun. He's got his hand out to his left.
Like, what are we running again?
It's like, what you said that number was?
All right, everybody look at your wrist. Lane, move left. Lane says, okay. Petty in the shotgun. Low snap. Hands it off to Foster. Makes a man miss in the backfield. Scampers ahead. Not much running room there, but he does get the ball down near the 19-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 14. It looks like it's longer than 14, doesn't it?
It's definitely more like 17, isn't it?
Long 4.
Well, yeah.
1,
gotta
2,
get to
3,
they've got to get to the 3, and where are they currently at? The
20.
They're on the 20.
We'll call it 17.
It's like 17.
I think that penalty was
a lot more than it was supposed to be.
Incorrectly walked off.
It was, definitely.
Didn't want the old rules. This is an insurmountable distance to try to overcome. What are these kids going to feel like? Oh. Here's Edwards, and he gets popped pretty hard that time on a good play by Griffin Hartlib. And a gain to the 17-yard line. Gain of 2 on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 15, and Pittsfield stops the clock with 1 minute and 53 seconds to play in the half. They're on top 14-0, and we're back with you after this break.
Go team, go! Great Rivers Bank has a digital banking app worth cheering for. Move your money, pay your bills, deposit your checks. Hooray! Hooray! Set up a budget, manage your debit card, set up account alerts, and so much more. Our digital banking will give you a reason to stand up and cheer for banking. Learn more at greatriversbank.bank. Great Rivers Bank is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hey, West Central Illinois, are you looking for a great deal on a vehicle? Well, at Westtown Ford, we have a lot full of vehicles. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. We've got them all, and a lot of them at Westtown Ford in Jacksonville.
After the Pittsfield timeout, they'll have the ball 3rd and 15 from the Riverton 17-yard line. Graham and Archer split out wide right. It's Moore and Helms to the left-hand side. Edwards is checked into the running back as Petty will stand 5 yards deep as the quarterback. takes the snap, fakes the handoff, passes it quickly to Helms. Helms with a catch, and he might go for a score, and he will. The senior with a touchdown catch and run. His first touchdown reception of the season. A 17-yard catch by Isaac Helms. That comes to the 145 mark of the first half of play. And Helms puts the Sockies up 20-0. Good for him, that senior with the big reception here on his final game of his career.
It's his first positive yards for the year, I believe. Third reception, I believe.
He's been a blocker quite a few times and has done well at that. Just hasn't been able to find a lot of receptions. This kick looks to be good, and it is, to make it 21-0 for the Sockies. 1:45 to play in the half. Pittsfield on top, 21-0.
At Logan Agri-Service, we consider it a badge of honor to be recognized as one of the larger independent suppliers of crop protection chemicals in the Midwest. We've worked hard for years to provide you with the access to the best herbicides, insecticides, and fungicides from top manufacturers because we know without you, our local farmers, we wouldn't be here. When you have questions, call our local experts to discuss what works best for your fields and your situation, or visit us online at loganag.com. Serving agriculture since 1962.
At Full Throttle Parts, we do spray-on bed liners, a brand called Patriot Liner. It is very elite. It actually enhances the resale value of anything you put it on or off-road.
Go Full Throttle!
Go Full Throttle.
1:45 to play in the half. Pittsfield on top, 21-0 on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. Cook has it teed up to kick off here. 17-yard catch by young Mr. Helms there. Ball started at the Sockies 18 on that last drive. At the 6:49 mark, they capitalized the touchdown at the 1:45 mark.
Riverton, I thought, was a man short.
They were.
They were a man short.
Yeah.
Yep.
My team's on the field, they said.
Cook has it ready to kick off. Gets the whistle from the official, and the official says, bring it on. It is a low kick, going to be headed toward the sideline, and I think Riverton will just let it go out of bounds, and they will. And the Hawks will get it at their own 35-yard line with 1:45 to play in the half. As we told you earlier, Riverton will get the ball to start the second half, no matter what Justin tried to sell you earlier about it being the other way around. Reelette and Twine, located just north of Pittsfield, across from the airport, your local headquarters for concrete lawn ornaments, statues, fountains, benches, and much, much more. Stop by and see Rick and Tracy Reel and their gang at Reelette and Twine, 217-285-5013.
Charlie, for some reason, they are setting the ball on the 31. I don't know why. Oh, no, now they're setting it on the 35.
He's mindlessly walking around with it.
False start by, now he's doing the Macarena.
Okay.
It's a
legal procedure.
Yeah, the ball's at the 35.
Okay. On the 35. All right.
That rule hasn't changed.
Well, I knew the rule hadn't changed, but I was confused for a moment.
Macarena. Bates in the shotgun here. Hawks going to try to go in a hurry. Back to pass. Passing to the right-hand side. Caught. Man out of bounds here.
That is
Oberreiter to the 40-yard line. A gain of 5 on the play on the first down. It'll bring up a second down and 5.
Is that the Macarena penalty?
Kind of looked like maybe he was doing disco, but it's dead.
Saturday Night Fever on Friday.
D-E-D.
It died at a White Sox game, I believe, didn't it?
A lot of people have died in that area. 1:39 to play here in the half. 21-0 the advantage for Pittsfield. Hawks trying to get a score here to end the half, though. Trips left, single receiver to the right-hand side. Some comments, John, you don't have to have another comment on. Bates is back to pass. Now flushed out of the pocket. Going to try to tuck it and run. On his feet and is taken down up near the 47-yard line. Good gain on the play of 7. And that'll be a first and 10 for the Hawks.
Bates looked like he was kind of unsure whether he wanted to pass the ball or not there, and then decided, hey, I'll just run, I guess.
Sockies looked like they were unsure if they wanted to tackle him there
true.
for a
They
moment.
kind of did, yeah.
It looked like they were in quicksand. Bates is back to pass again. Heaving it deep down the right side.
Pinnock.
He's got a man back there. Pinnock's got his third pick of the night. Did he keep his feet in bounds?
We're going to say, did he? They haven't signaled anything yet.
He did. Pinnock with his third interception of the night gets the takeaway at the 23-yard line. And Justin Pinnock playing the role of the crook tonight. He's stealing it away from the Hawks.
The referee went to exchange the football, and then he spiked it into the ground for a moment.
Oh! First and 10 for Pittsfield.
It's like you don't have to be mad. It's okay.
From their own 24, 1:08 to play in the half. So this is not a big line. This is the 24, and I don't like it.
That's the second time we started on 24.
Graham and Archer to the right-hand side. Helms and now Moore will come from the sideline for his spot in the slot. Petty is back to pass, looking to his right. Heaves it downfield, looking for Archer in double coverage, incomplete. Kind of a dangerous decision there.
Yeah.
Coming up a second down and 10.
Probably means somebody else was a little more open, doesn't it?
Well,
we do play 11 on 11 most times. Let's see.
Second down and 10 yards to go here. Clock stopped as the incomplete pass. 1:02 to play in the half. Petty again is back to pass. Looking to his left. Pump fakes, now throws. It is caught by Edwards out of the backfield. He'll lose back to the 20-yard line. A loss of 4 on the reception. And it brings him a third down and 14.
Edwards had a man pretty well right on him. Petty probably should have thrown it away that time.
Why not just run it if you're Pittsfield here? 3 touchdown
true.
lead.
Keep the clock going.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to say you don't have the ability to move it down the field in a hurry, but you haven't yet this season.
Yeah.
They'll put a man in motion and run the jet sweep to McKelvey Moore. Moore is going to be taken down at the 20-yard line. No gain on the play. 4th and 14, and the timeout taken here by Riverton. We'll pause as well. 23.7 seconds to play in the half. It's Pittsfield 21, Riverton nothing.
Grab the game while your kids are busy. You know, streaming, gaming, and homework. Now you can teach your kids the value of $1 by showing bundles with Cascom. Bundle telephone, internet, and TV. Bundle 2 for a double play or 3 for a triple play. Plus, save $20 a month for 3 months for a limited time. Then you can tell everyone how you help them with their math homework. Call Cascom about bundles today at 1-800-252-1799. Cascom at 1-800-252-1799.
I like hard work. I mean, I kind of was raised that way. You really do make a difference. You're helping ship out food to feed people. Someone's got to do it, and I don't mind doing the hard work of it, you know. That gives me meaning, and I do go home rewarded. Every time I drop off a pallet, it's kind of corny, but I look back at it with a sense of pride. I'm like, yep, I built that. It looks awesome. And then I just drive away. I love it. When my life needed meaning, I chose Doc.
Well, Pittsfield with a quick 3 and out. They have the ball 4th and 14 from their own 20-yard line, and the Hawks called the timeout. I think they'll come after the punt here. Cook will stand back near his own 8-yard line. They have to have a good snap if you are the Sockies.
I'm surprised they have a return, man. I would have probably just come after it with everybody.
Cook gets the snap. It didn't look like the Sockies had everybody even set. In an end-over-end kick. Myers going to go after it, and this one will be
inbounds.
Rolling dead near the 43-yard line, and that's where the Hawks will start first and 10 at their own 43 with 23 seconds to play in the half. 23.7 to be exact.
I believe the Hawks have one timeout left.
And we have a penalty flag on the field. They do, John. They have one timeout remaining, does Riverton.
And
referees
the man hasn't decided what he's calling yet.
Got his hand behind his back. He says, all right, guess the number. 5. You're
nope,
right.
okay.
You're wrong.
He says it is a decision that'll make it a moment to let us know what it is.
Yeah, there's a flag right there, he said.
There's a flag there. Is it your flag?
Personal foul
against
an unknown team. Oh,
Pittsfield.
Okay. But it's not a spot foul then. It's going to go from the end of where the ball was.
It was really weird. He looked to the Pittsfield sideline like for the Sockies to decide what they wanted to do with it.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's not confused at the moment.
So the ball will be should be about the 42 is where that should go here. And that's where the Hawks will start first and 10 at the Pittsfield 42 following the 15-yard penalty. And the shot for the Hawks here to get in the end zone with 23.7 seconds to play in the half.
Okay.
Bates will bring the play in from the sideline for the Hawks. Pinnock checks in the defensive backfield, sends Ferguson to the other side of the formation. Hawks will come out with the trips bunch to the left-hand side. and a single receiver to the right. And Oberreiter. Bates is back to pass. Rolling out to his left. Has some time. He will pump fake and now get hit late out of bounds, and that'll be a penalty flag. As Jaron White rides him out of bounds, that'll be a roughing the passer and move it up another 15 yards.
That was not a very smart play.
No. That'll move it to the 25 and be a 1st and 10 as man had gotten rid of the ball, and then White took him down right at the boundary.
Sockies have had too many of those this year.
Well, they hadn't until about the Plains game, and then they all came at once. 16.5 seconds to play in the half. That'll move Riverton all the way to the 20. I was
going to say, that's a first down.
Pittsfield brings a whole slew of new guys on the field.
It's like a whole new defense.
Yeah. Weird. Riverton has one timeout left. Pittsfield with
all three, I believe,
no,
or two.
Well, they took one. Yeah, they should have two.
Guys in the truck to wake up, pay attention. Riverton's got one timeout. Pittsfield has two. Bates back to the pass. He throws it to the right as a bounce pass, incomplete. Clock still running. 10.2 seconds to play in the half. Had to bring up a 2nd down and 10 with 10.2 seconds to play in the half. Referee communicating maybe that he wanted to add time back on the clock. Nope, maybe not. Let's wait and see.
I believe he has a microphone, but
yeah, they're talking to one another on the field. And
okay. They're talking to one another on the field.
Yeah.
Okay.
Breaker 19. This is
yeah, they're going to add time back to the clock here.
Which is the right play.
Yeah.
I said go up 4 seconds. 14 seconds.
14.
4 seconds on
maybe
the clock.
3. 13 seconds will be on the clock, and the play started before the clock started. The clock has not run at all yet.
That's not good, is it?
Now it'll run down even more and really not be an advantage for Riverton at all. Now there's 4.9 seconds on the clock, and it's 3rd and 10.
They definitely would have had more time left if they would have let the clock get set before the play was called. I'm not sure they'd had their ready whistle yet, had they?
Evidently, they're ready to go. Now they'll say 8 seconds on the clock.
Okay.
Now they'll add the time on that was going to be added on before the last play on this play.
Timeout.
And somebody took a timeout. We'll figure that out when we come back.
We do a procedure called a transcatheter aortic valve replacement, and we call it TAVR.
TAVR is state of the art. It wasn't really available worldwide until the early 2000s.
It's a minimally invasive procedure in order to replace the valve.
I'm number 1.
I was number 100. Years ago, they would have to do open heart surgery, and now they don't.
Had I not had it done, I would not be here today. I feel like I'm living on a bonus of blessings.
As a new hunting season begins, we observe a species most rare, the hunter incompetus. The hunting ritual begins. Already he stakes his claim by bringing a duck call to a deer hunt. Disaster strikes. A devastating blow to a long-suffering species. There may be no helping the hunter incompetus, but for everyone else, no other place has it all like Farm and Home Supply.
Someone want to pick me up soon.
Well, the clock is running for some reason now. The play is not started. We'll figure out how much time is going to be on the clock. Now 8 seconds was drawn for the time of the night. It's
back to 8. Back to 8 seconds. Here we go.
Riverton's going to try to kick it. Hold this down. The kick is up, and the kick is
a little bit short.
And it's
Taylor Graham.
You can't return it from the end zone.
Return it from the end zone. And now there'll be 5.2 seconds on the clock. And
the Sockies get the ball on the 20.
They should just kneel it out.
All right, so.
Shouldn't get it on the 20.
Yeah. Oh. They get the ball on the 20 because he caught the ball in the end zone, right?
Oh.
No?
Oh, this is not the NFL. They said that's the end of the half. The half is over.
Like, whatever. We give up.
5.2-ish seconds, they say. It doesn't matter.
There's no time left.
We'll put it on the big line in the second. How do you feel about that? We head to the Little Jess Motors halftime show, and, well, it is halftime already here at Riverton, and Pittsfield has a 21-0 lead. Halftime stats and more your way after this.
Here at Little Jess, we value hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership. We have a respect for heritage and tradition and believe in the pursuit of building legacies, breaking records, and putting forth award-winning results. That's why supporting schools and local teams is one of our favorite and most exciting parts of our business. For over 7 decades, we strive daily to use those same values as a foundation to meet our community's automotive needs and support our future generations. Little Jess Motors, serving our community since 1969.
Luke and Aaron Fessler at Fessler Insurance are here to help you with all of your insurance needs. Fessler Insurance, a Country Financial agency, provides life, health, auto, home, and farm insurance. Trust your insurance needs to the local folks at Fessler Insurance. Call for a quote today at 217-285-4429 or stop by at 1165 West Washington Street in Pittsfield for Fessler Insurance. Cedar Lake Campground has been owned and operated by the Kramberg family for over 50 years. Located off of Highway 24 between Coatesburg and Camp Point, Cedar Lake Campground is a quiet family campground that you're sure to enjoy. With 60 RV spots with water and electric and our 5-acre lake, it's a perfect spot for a weekend spent fishing, spending time with family, and enjoying the great outdoors. Find out more about Cedar Lake Campground on Facebook or call 217-455-4602. Griffin Signs and Time at 122 South 9th Street in Quincy is a full-service sign company that can complete any project, from fully wrapping your entire fleet of vehicles, digital signs, storefronts, to creating small banners and signs. The right and professional signage is the difference of getting the job, heading folks in the correct direction to find you, or creating a brand recognition for potential customers. Put the right signs in your customer's mind with Griffin Signs and Time. Call 217-228-7470.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. A 21-0 advantage for the Pittsfield Sockies on top of the Riverton Hawks here at the halftime break. A beautiful night for football action here in Week 9. Quite honestly, about as nice of a Week 9 as I can remember weather-wise that we've had in a while. And thanks to the folks here at Riverton for being as hospitable as they have been here this evening. And we have a special shout out to Brad Paladin, the superintendent, Dan Lynch, the principal, Amanda Holly, the assistant principal, Phil Nichols is the athletic trainer, and Katie Nichols, with a different spelling, is the activities director. Thank you to all of them for their hospitality here this evening. Pittsfield started off the night with 9:56 to play in the first quarter, a 30-yard run by Matthew Edwards. The kick by Cook was good to make it 7-0 Sockies. Then at the 1:30 mark of the first quarter, a 46-yard run by Lucas Archer. The kick by Tucker Cook good again to make it a 14-0 lead. And then at the 1:45 mark of the second quarter, a 17-yard pass from Javen Petty to Isaac Helms. Cook's kick was good, and that's how the Sockies arrive at this 21-0 lead. We step away for a timeout here on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Justin's back with the rest of your halftime stats and more on Central Illinois Sports.
Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in a tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru, 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield.
Since 1921, Farmers State Bank of Camp Point has been a vital part of our community's history. We are proud of our growth, our community leadership, and our success, which is only possible because of all those who shared this journey with us. We are grateful to the generations of loyal customers, families, businesses, employees, officers, and directors who have shaped not only our story, but our entire communities. Thank you. We look forward to serving you and your future generations for the next 100 years. Farmers State Bank and Camp Point. Together, we are a strong, united community.
For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Barry, serving our community with compassion and respect.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times, and Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. 21-0 is the lead at the halftime break for the Pittsfield Sockies over the Riverton Hawks. Little Jess, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, in Quincy, Illinois. The place to go for your next vehicle purchase. Their staff is committed to making the car buying process simple and making sure each customer's needs are satisfied. Learn more at littlejessmotor.com or stop by and see them 3431 Main Street in Quincy. With your halftime stats, here's Justin Poor.
Start with the Riverton Hawks. They've had 6 first downs in the first half and had 5 carries on 13 yards. Keegan Gullo has 2 carries for 1 yard. Ethan Bates has 2 carries for 13 yards, and Landon Meyer has 1 carry for -1 yards. Most of their offense has come by the way of the pass, which they've had 16 attempts, 8 of them completed for 35 yards. Ethan Bates is their quarterback, and those passes have been completed to Landon Meyer. Has 4 receptions for 24 yards. Bryce Oberreiter has 2 receptions for 12 yards. Keegan Gullo has 1 reception for 6 yards. Isaac McCulloch has 3 receptions for 4 yards, and Graydon Hartlob has 1 reception for 6 yards. Been penalized twice for 10 yards, and Ethan Bates has 3 interceptions on the evening, all 3 of them to Justin Pinnock. Pittsfield Sockies have 9 first downs on the night and 22 carries for 223 yards, led by number 5, Matthew Edwards, who has 10 carries for 106 yards. Jesse Davidsmeyer has 4 carries for 12 yards. Lane Foster has 6 carries for 59 yards. Luke Archer, 1 long touchdown run, 46 yards. And McKevley Moore had 1 run for no gain. We have attempted some passes tonight and completed them. Javen Petty has had 5 attempts with 4 of them complete for 37 yards. Matthew Edwards has had 2 targets and caught both of them for 16 yards. Luke Archer has had 2 targets for 4 yards, and Isaac Combs had 1 target for 17 yards. Sockies have been heavily penalized this evening with 8 penalties for 80 yards. No interceptions have been thrown, but we did have 1 fumble. Lane Foster lost the ball on that big run that he had earlier.
And that's a look at the halftime stats on the Little Chess Motors halftime show. It's a 21-0 Pittsfield lead. We step aside for a timeout to hear from some of our sponsors helping to bring the game to you tonight on Central Illinois Sports.
Jersey's World! Jersey's World! Party time! Excellent! Party on, James! Party on, Todd!
Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, where you can find the best burgers, sandwiches, and steaks, all locally sourced from GJY Beef Company.
We love beer! We love beer!
Ice cold draft beer. Enjoy one of our many craft selections on the patio. All at Jersey's Bar and Grill, 109 East Jefferson, Camp Point, Illinois.
Chris Nichols, managing broker and owner of PCRE Real Estate and Auction, has over 15 years of experience, specializing in selling hunting and recreational properties and farmland. Chris prides himself on combining buyers and sellers, both local and from around the country, to help both parties achieve their land investment goals. Chris takes the time to walk clients through the process of selling their property from start to finish, making the experience feel seamless and enjoyable. Contact Chris Nichols and PCRE Real Estate and Auction at 217-473-3777.
Prairie Land FS provides complete seed and application service. Our trained energy specialist, along with our crop specialist, can help you take your farming to the next level. Prairie Land FS, your leading supplier of choice.
The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fmbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC. Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Matthews, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you. Press Yours On You would like to wish all the area teams the best of luck this year. If you're looking to get your team shirts or just looking for spirit wear for yourself, remember Press Yours On You. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space in our shop. Stop by and see us and check out our offerings. Business lets us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Thank you to everyone in our community for the support over the last 16 years. Thank you for supporting local. Press Yours On You, 506 Westwood, Camp Point, Illinois. United Community Bank has been serving our community in banking since 1973 and is a proud member of the Pittsfield Strong United community. UCB brings you the latest banking technology, security, and convenience you expect, delivered with friendly local service you deserve from your community bank. UCB invites you to stop in for a visit at number 1 Professional Plaza in Pittsfield, or you can find them online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank, the leader of community banking, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Sign up for a Saki Rewards debit card.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. 21-0 the advantage for Pittsfield on top of Riverton here at the halftime break. Can tell you that Quincy Notre Dame down 10-7 in the second quarter of their game against John Burroughs out of St. Louis. Also tell you that New Berlin and Plains are tied at 7 points apiece at halftime. 38-0 Camp Point Central on top of West Central at the halftime break of that contest. Rochester leads SHG 21-7 with 4:52 to play in the first half. Calhoun 41, Beardstown nothing at halftime of that contest. Routt and Carrollton play tomorrow, so that score is still 0-0 at this time. It is Macomb 36, Havana nothing at the halftime break of their contest. Also, Maroa Forsyth led 21-14 over the Athens Warriors in the championship game of the Sangamo Conference. Angel Duarte put Brown County on the board with a 47-yard touchdown run. Breaks 1,000 yards on the year from the running back spot, and Brown County leads 6-0 over Pleasant Hill Western. We can also tell you Hannibal leads Battle in a battle in time look around here. Quincy High 7-0 over Muhammad Seymour in the first quarter of their contest. Again, they're trying to go to 7-0 on the season, 9-0 on the season. Rushville leads South Fulton 32-14 at the halftime break, and it's Glenwood 28, Lincoln nothing at halftime in their contest. Here it's a 21-0 advantage for the Pittsfield Sockies on top of the Riverton Hawks. We step aside for what should be our final break of the Little Jess Motors halftime show. We'll get set for the second half action after this.
Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Matthews, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you. Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon boys. To get it right the first time, no job too big. Have you seen Brayton and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, couldn't resist. Call Brayton at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family. Best Systems Insulators offer insulation for homes and commercial buildings throughout central Illinois and the surrounding areas. We take great care to ensure that the insulation products we use are the best fit for our clients and their project. We understand that different buildings have different needs and that each of our clients has a unique set of goals. Let us work with you to find the best solution for your next project. Call Best Systems Insulators at 217-285-6005. That's 285-6005. Or visit them online at GoBestSystems.com. Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon boys. To get it right the first time, no job too big. Have you seen Brayton and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, couldn't resist. Call Brayton at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family. Welcome to Douglas Automotive and Tire, your expert truck and car repair center in Pittsfield, Illinois. We provide full service from oil changes to new tires and everything in between. Contact us today to schedule service. We're located at 303 West Jefferson Street in Pittsfield, Illinois. Call 217-922-0064. That's 217-922-0064. Britton and the gang know cars, and if you need repairs, call Douglas Automotive today for all your repairs.
They are kissing pigs at Riverton.
Pig kissing competition.
And a real pig, by the way.
Yes, yes.
Not just a figurative one. I don't know. I can't tell. Oh, they're going to have another kiss of the pig. John, you got to get this. This is high quality action. The pig does not look like it's consenting to this kissing. It is squealing, and I believe that is not.
That's a young pig, too. I mean, it's in a blanket, though. It is a pig in a blanket.
In a blanket, which is good.
Huh.
You can bring your pet pig to the game, and it might get kissed. I'm not sure what we were raising money for, or whether or not people were just kissing pigs for the heck of it.
I heard something about $200 and some odd. Not enough.
Did look like a clean pig, though.
Yeah.
Not one of those dirt-raised hogs, for sure. All right, Pittsfield's going to kick off to start the second half. They're on top 21-0 over the Riverton Hawks. Hawks send Uber Rider back deep. Also back there appears to be, get your hand out of your way, your number, pal. Meyer. Landon Meyer. Tucker Cook has the ball teed up, ready to kick it off here. Second half action underway on Central Illinois Sports. Low line drive kick, and it's going to be taken by Meyer at about the 18-yard line. Rushes ahead of the 25, looking for a block around the 30. Still on his feet, gets a good block, breaks a tackle, and is now taken down right at the end of the play by Jesse Davidson-Meyer up at the 45-yard line, and that is where the Hawks will start first and 10 from their own 45. 11 minutes, 51 seconds to play here. Just underway in the third. Waters Concrete, Tim Waters and his company, they're doing a great job for you. Quality concrete for your new build, driveways, decorative patios, anything with concrete. It's Waters Concrete, ready to serve you. Call 309-252-1052.
Meyer got some pretty good blocks on that return. Start off in pretty good field position.
Bates in the shotgun. Will hand it off to Gullo in the backfield, looking for some running room. Does get a good gain up near the 49, a gain of 4 on the first play of the second half. It'll bring up a second down and 6 for Riverton. Riverton didn't have a ton of trouble moving the ball in the first half, just unable to finish those drives. 3 interceptions, all 3 by Justin Pinnock.
He was open.
They'll put Meyer in motion, hand it to him on the jet sweep. He tries to get outside, and he also loses yardage on the play.
Penalty flag down.
Where at? Middle of the field?
Middle of the field. It's going to be a hold. That's what he signaled.
So the jet sweep doesn't work again, and a holding. Oh, good thing, because that would have been an insurmountable distance to overcome. So that should move it back to the 39 and bring up a second down and 16. That it will. That it will. Stop. 39. Second and 16 for the Hawks. Following the hold. Two receivers to the left, 2 to the right-hand side. Bates in the shotgun once again here. He is back to pass. Has some pressure now and is going to get slung to the ground by Mallon. Mallon gets to the quarterback for the big sack this time. The senior on the sack back at the 27-yard line. A loss of 12 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a third down and 28 yards to go.
One of the first time the Sakis have really got much pressure on the quarterback there.
Now let's see you on the Northwestern Mutual instant replay. Sheila Davidsmeyer and crew can help you out there. Northwestern Mutual in Pittsfield. You just see Mallon and White kind of meet at the quarterback there and get the first sack of the night. Mallon credited with the sack back at the 27-yard line.
It's third and 28. Yeah, a whole lot.
Pinnock says, throw it at me. I can get this one. Trips left. Now 2 men in motion at the same time, and I think this will be a delay of game. So this instead will make it 3rd and 33. Back to the 22. Penalty. Number 2 of the drive. They were all the way up at their own 49-yard line. Now they're back at their own 22 here, and this is third down, 3rd and 33. Just over 10 minutes to play in the third. So the fans turning in early tonight. Back to pass is Bates. Has some pressure. Steps up. Avoids the rush. Going to heave it downfield. Has a man, and it's caught. Man shoved out of bounds. Good catch there by Hartleb. He'll get it up all the way at the 50-yard line. A 28-yard gain on the play and bring up a 4th down and 5. Pretty remarkable, quite honestly.
Good job keeping that pass alive and finding his man downfield.
He had to be very, very close to the line of scrimmage when he threw that ball.
But he was behind it. All you have to do is have part of your body.
Oh, no, I understand. He just was probably right at the line of scrimmage when he threw that ball.
4th and 5 from the 50-yard line here for Riverton. 9:45 and counting in the third. Wow, they turned a 3rd and 33 into a 4th and 5. An impressive play for the Hawks. Maybe it wasn't an insurmountable distance. Back to pass as Bates has some pressure, setting up the screen. Has it to the receiver. He breaks a tackle on his feet down the sideline. Where did he go out of bounds? He stepped out and has the first down. At the 43-yard line, needed 5, gained 7. And a 1st and 10 for Riverton.
Who caught that?
Meyer.
When in doubt, write down Meyer, right?
Yeah, right.
It was probably him.
43-yard line, 1st and 10 now for Riverton. From 3rd and 33 to 1st and 10. Real rags to riches story. Next time on Dateline. Single receiver wide to the right-hand side.
You've been a news agency all night. So.
Trips left. There it is. Overrider, the intended receiver, and it's
Taylor Graham almost had that one.
Taylor Graham trying to do his best.
Overrider was calling for that the whole way.
Yeah, best Justin Pinnock impersonation there, trying to get the pick. It stops the clock as it falls harmlessly to the turf and brings up a 2nd down and 10.
Graham had the ball on one side of his body, kind of flipped it over him, and then almost caught it on the other side.
Second down here for Riverton. Two receivers split out wide left-hand side, and Hartleb and Meyer. Overrider and McCulloch on the bottom of your screen here. They'll fake the handoff, going to heave it way out there, and the man is going to not catch it, but he'll take a pretty good shot from the defensive back of the Sakis, and Hayden Gratton delivering the blowout there. And it'll bring up a third down and 10. Meyer was the intended receiver. And Gratton, that ball was kind of like it was a pop fly thrown up for grabs. We used to do that to start practice. You take one football, you throw it up high, and you take the other one and throw it right at the guy as he's looking up. The difference was it was Gratton coming right after him. Look at him here. Boom. It's a pretty good stick that time on the pass breakup. Fourth down here. Third down here. The play before fourth down, if you'd let me finish.
Of course.
From the 43.
Fourth down will be the next play if they don't get it first down here.
Bates is back to pass. Steps up. Throws downfield. Caught. And it's down near the 28-yard line. That's Meyer. A gain of 15 on the play and a first and 10. Hawks with their best scoring opportunity of the night right here.
Meyer caught that ball in traffic that time. Did a good job of finding the football, bringing it in.
First and 10. Bates kind of stepped up into some pressure that time, but stood in and delivered a good ball.
Took a hit right at the end as the ball was coming out.
First and 10 for Riverton. Just under 9 minutes to play in this third period. They've had the ball the entirety of the period. Trips left, single receiver to the right-hand side. Calls the line set, back to pass. Now feels some pressure, throws it toward the sideline and out of bounds. That'll get past the line of scrimmage, so no intentional grounding here. Second and 10. Dead ball gives us an opportunity to remind you about PCRE Real Estate in Auction, your #1 resource for buying or selling real estate in West Central Illinois and Northeastern Missouri. If you're looking to buy, sell, or auction farmland, recreational and hunting land, residential or commercial property, you've come to the right place. Learn more at PCRERealestate.com or call 217-285-5800. That's PCRERealestate.com. P as in Pike, C as in County, R as in Real Estate, E as in
Edward.
Elephant. Back to pass is Ethan Bates. Gonna throw it where he just threw it a moment ago.
Out of
bounds. And third and 10. Getting some pressure now, which is something that was not happening much in the first half.
No, we were letting him take his time earlier. Now we're pushing him back and getting a little scared and throwing the ball away.
Push him back, push him back,
Push him
way back.
Always knew Charlie should have been the cheerleading coach.
Job was open, and you missed your opportunity.
Probably not in my column.
Could you have voted for yourself then?
I would not have.
Oh, okay. You would have had to abstain? You would have voted for someone else?
Trips left. Leave that to the experts. Back to pass. Bates throwing down the middle of the field. Has a man deep, and it is caught for a touchdown. Meyer got behind the defense that time, and the Hawks get the touchdown strike from 29 yards out. 8:29 to play in the third. Look out, here come the Tootsie Rolls from the press box. That's not hail, it's Tootsie Rolls.
It might feel like hail. Kind of a chilly night for Tootsie Rolls.
Pretty good shot on that one, too. Still was able to stand in there and make that pass.
This game is a long way from over. The ability of Riverton to get the ball down the field and finally finish a drive. Crumrine is in to kick the extra point. He's a left-footed kicker, just one step and a kick. It'll be long enough, and it is good. 8 minutes, 29 seconds to play in the third. Bates finds his main man in Landon Meyer on a 29-yard touchdown strike. Puts the Hawks on the board. They trail Pittsfield 21-7.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
21-7 the score, 8:29 to play in the third of the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. Riverton with the 29-yard touchdown pass from Bates to Meyer and makes this just a 2-score game.
It was a drive that looked like it was
dead in the water.
Dead, yes.
It was third and 33 from their own 22-yard line. A big 28-yard pass play on that third down play. Put the ball up to the 50. Pick up the first down the next play, and then 2 plays later, a touchdown.
The new rules kept it from being insurmountable, Charlie.
That one extra yard would have put them in too far.
34 would have been one too many yards. Oh, they were short a man on the kickoff.
He's like, oh, yeah, I'm on this team.
Haven't done this much this year, neither have the Sakis.
Uh-oh. Pick it up, pick it up.
Going to be picked up by the deep man, and he'll be power-driven like Captain Insano to the ground back there.
Picked up and knocked down.
29
Dominic Cooper. Yeah. Dominic Cooper picked the ball up and then got picked up and
Captain Insano showed him mercy. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line, that big line.
He kept moving up. He was a ball carrier there for a moment.
1st and 10 with 8:22 to play here in the third.
See if the Sakis come out in that double tight set once again.
I would bet you $1 they do. $2.
Seems to be what they move the ball in the most.
Haven't seen much out of Jesse Davidsmeyer tonight. Their front lines kind of stopped him at short gains, but
haven't given him the ball in this set much.
4 carries.
4 carries for 12 yards. Yeah.
He'll take a carry here, and he wrestled down after a short gain to the 39-yard line, a gain of 4 on the play. Keeps his average alive and brings up a 2nd down and 6.
Do it again.
Let's look at that. I want to look
again.
I want to look at that kick return again. There's a little indecisiveness, and then they pick this man up and power drive him into the ground. That looked like
JV game last year, that was a personal foul, Charlie.
You can't drop him on his head.
Oh, okay.
That's called the stunner. They'll hand it off to Edwards. Big running lane left side. He is taken down up near midfield. Call him down at the 49. A gain of 10 on the play. And a 1st and 10 for the Sakis as Matthew Edwards' nice night continues. Pittsfield has had some good drives. They scored on 3 out of their 4 in the first half. The last drive that they went 3 and out on, they went pass.
With 1 minute and 30 seconds to go in the
pass, punt. They'll give it off again to Edwards. Big hole left side at the 40-yard line. Drug out of bounds inside the 40. They'll call him out at the 38-yard line. A gain on the play up 13 yards and another 1st and 10. Edwards kind of dragged down from behind that time. Let's say got him on the jersey. Not in the horse collar.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking he had
can
him by
catch
the
him
pad.
Up here too, I guess, right? And that's not a horse collar as long as you catch him on the outside of the pad, not up here.
Just glad you used hand signals behind the camera.
I know. Well, I could have done them in front of the camera, but that would have really been close. So.
Well, that's going to be a false start on the Sakis.
That'll be a 1st and 15 now.
Add to their large number of penalties on the night.
Yeah, they hadn't had one yet. So.
That'll move it back to the 43, 1st and 15, 7:07 to play in the third. Alana Express here to serve you with walk-in medical care when you need it. They see patients ages 18 months and older every Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on the south side of the square in Pittsfield. Learn more about the services offered at IlliniHospital.org. Petty will be under center here. High formation behind him. Fumbles the snap and dives on it himself. Back at the 46-yard line. A loss of 3 on the play. And this will bring up a second down and 18.
Looks like Petty may have come out from under the center a little early that time, and the ball just never got to his hands.
Now the Sakis
We're
will
going to go back to spread, it looks like. We got
spread it out a little bit here.
Isaac Helms checking in, and Smith and David Smart checking out.
Helms at the left-hand side. They'll take the snap back to pass. Petty looking. He throws downfield, but is caught by Peterbow near the 20, call it 35-yard line. Pick up on the play of 11 yards on the pass, and it brings up a third down and 7.
Makes it a third and manageable.
They're down and even closer to 6, in fact, at the 34-yard line.
Back to the double tie.
High formation here. 2 plays to pick up these yards, I would say, and that'll be a little easier as they draw Riverton off sides and make it a 3rd and 2. To the 29-yard line. The encroachment penalty.
Sakis have drawn a lot of people off sides this year.
But he's got a very luring voice.
Says, come here, little fella. Come and get me. He's under center. He takes the snap, hands it off to deep back Edwards. Has the first down and more here as he's wrestled down near the 19-yard line of Riverton. A gain of 10 on the play and a 1st and 10 for the Sockets.
Edwards doing a good job following his blockers up to there. It's good to see out of him. Sometimes he likes to try to make a little more out of something that's not there, but that time he did a great job following what he had. 10-yard gain.
Offensive line playing pretty well tonight for this Saki unit. They'll pitch it outside now with Edwards.
That's going to be might have been
a full suplex.
Might have been a hold.
2 flags on the field.
That was a block all the way to the ground.
Davidsmeyer for sure going to be called for a hold, but then let's see what the other flag is about.
The other one was later. It was on the far side.
That was from the white hat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It is in the backfield, so luckily for the Sakis, it'll be from the 19 instead of
not insurmountable.
Instead of the 24, because that extra 5 yards would have been really, really tough.
What is the other flag?
We don't know.
Because it could be offsettings, and you could
He's pointing.
Redo.
He's pointing. He's talking. He's got his hand on his hip.
Oh,
he's
that's because he's talking to his team.
Microphone.
Short and stout.
He's talking
Here
to his team.
is his handle. Here is his spout. He'll point
said,
out.
young man.
He says that was a hold on 36.
He does kind of look like he's doing the one here. Let's
take a look at the replay. See if John got a good catch of that hole. Watch this. Davidsmeyer just, whoops, and a drag to the ground.
That's a good solid hold. Yeah, we definitely didn't get whatever the other one was.
Holding
on the Sakis.
What was the second?
Says, and then unsportsmanlike on Riverton.
So those will be offsettings.
That'll offset.
We're going to wait. What?
Replay first down.
Replay first down from the 19.
It's going to be just like it didn't even happen. Oh, we're going to walk him off for some reason. I don't know why.
What? He walked back and
he's going to walk him off.
Was one a 10 and one a 5?
No.
Or
technically
15
one was a 10 and one was a 15. But
yeah, and that's what they did. They backed up 10.
It's not really what's supposed to happen, but
I mean, I guess it could be a dead ball, so
that could be.
It's then 1st and 5.
Okay.
From the 14.
1st and 5. So
Pac-Man.
So they like for me to write down things. It gives the Sakis a 10-yard penalty and a 15-yard penalty for the Hawks. All right.
And after all that, it's second down?
They're going to call it second
down?
If it's second down, then he should have gotten the yards that he got, and the ball should be on the 2. It should be a first down.
No, because the hold negated the run.
I don't know what's going on here.
Well, yeah, but you can't take away the down without giving the yards.
Cannot.
They said we do what we want, and it's 2nd and 5.
I have the microphone.
You listen to every word I have to say.
They'll hand it off to Davidsmeyer. He is down near the 9. That's a gain of 5, so it should be a first down. We're very, 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 very close to it. In fact, it will be enough for a first down. It should be a 1st and goal.
We don't want to measure because we know those chains are coming apart if they try.
And they're just going to set those down. So, yes, first down.
First and goal from the 9. 4:50 and counting in this third quarter.
13th first down for the Sockies tonight.
Petty under center. He takes the snap, hands it off to the deep back in Edwards. Big
Big
hole
hole.
is Shaw, and Davidsmeyer lead the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
9-yard run.
Edwards with his second touchdown of the night, this time a 9-yard run. It makes it 27-7 Pittsfield. 4:34 to play in the third. And Cook is on for the kick.
Food's on sale.
$2 dogs. And some bacon. Here's Frazier going to try to throw, and he'll be tackled as the snap was a little low. He tried to pick it up and do something with it and could not get it off. But the Sockies get the score on the 9-yard touchdown run by the senior halfback in Matthew Edwards. Big hole on the left side, as it has been most of the night, and the Sockies lead 27-7.
Rewards checking, I'm not sure if there's a better checking account around.
They have 3 requirements each month, and if they meet those requirements, we will pay them the highest checking account interest rate that we have right now.
At this time, it is a very generous 4.07 APY.
As far as ID Secure goes,
it gives you protection with credit monitoring, cell phone protection.
Prevent identity theft at a reasonable cost.
It's watching out for you.
And every 90 days you get an update on it. So the peace of mind of that's very nice.
Another rock and roll weekend.
Burgers, better with Pepsi.
4 minutes, 34 seconds left in this third quarter. 27-7 the lead for the Pittsfield Sockies. From a 9-yard touchdown run by Matthew Edwards. Cook ready to kick this one off. Again on the ground. It'll be still rolling back there. And Oberreiter will knock it out of bounds. Where are they going to set it? About the 28? Is that where they're at?
28 maybe, yeah.
28-yard line, 4:30 to play in this third. Reelnet and Twine located just north of Pittsfield across from the airport. Stop by and see them, folks, this Pike County Fall Pickens weekend. We got lots of great things for you made right in Pike County with Reelnet and Twine. You'll find them just north of town across from Pinstone Airport.
See if the Riverton Hawks offense can take off and go where they left off.
2 receivers left, 2 to the right-hand side. Bates in the shotgun. Puts a man in motion in Meyer. He's back to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Now going to try to tuck it and lob it downfield. Caught near the sideline.
Meyer
on the catch up near the 43-yard line. A gain of 15 on the play, and a Hawks first and 10. Got to be some pretty good yards now.
61 yards for Meyer. And lots of math. Let's see, 93 for Bates.
I'd have guessed more.
Well, I don't always write everything down because I'm like that.
He says you would have been wrong. Nice way of him saying you're wrong. Trips right, single receiver to the left-hand side. Bates in the gun. He's back to pass again. This time has time and a low throw, but received there by McCulloch. And he'll be pushed backwards. He'll get forward progress up near the 45-yard line, though. A gain of 2 on the play. And it brings up a second down and 8.
Charlie, they're going to give him a solid 4.
No, they put the ball at the 45, sweetheart.
Well, the box slide. I'm sorry. The man on the far side definitely moved it all the way up to the.
Well, quite honestly, I thought he actually was up at about the 47, but they're going to say he ran backwards on his own.
Okay.
There's 2 guys pushing him that direction, probably assisted.
He wanted to go there, though.
45 is a much bigger line than the 47.
He wanted to run that way more than that pig wanted to kiss people, I can tell you that.
It was a cold pig in a blanket, wasn't it?
They're much better warm.
Here is Bates being chased down from behind. Gets rid of it, but out of bounds, I believe.
Oberreiter.
I believe it'll be caught out of bounds.
They will say incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass.
Stops the clock, 3rd and 8 with 3:36 to play in the third.
That pig did not sound like it was okay with what was happening, did it?
That is the 5th incomplete pass to O'Rider in a row.
Looked to be a possibility of some decent bacon, though. 3rd and 8.
It's a very, very small pig, Charlie.
Like a small set of bacon. You know, one of those small packs. Bacon bits, possibly.
A little short strips of bacon there about this
bacon
long.
bits. Baby carrots are raised from baby carrots, and baby bacon bits come from baby pigs. Heard it here first.
I always thought that fetal pigs were just what you dissected in science class, but
don't eat those. 2
Ew.
receivers left, one to the right-hand side. Bates is back to pass, trying to set up a receiver screen and has to heave it toward the sideline.
That did not get back to the line of scrimmage. That should be grounding.
Should be grounded.
That's a loss of down, too.
And Bates kind of leaning heavily on that one leg. We'll see an incomplete pass and brings up a 4th down and 8.
All right.
Okay, well, that's fine.
What do we know?
4th and 8 from the 45.
I don't even know who that was to. Can we just pick
Wasn't
somebody?
to anyone.
Bates is going to come off the field. He is limping.
That to be to Colton Piper. The coach for Riverton.
Seems how he's not in play.
Here's a punt.
Or a punt.
High kick. Graham will come up and call for the fair catch. And
or not.
Maybe not call for the fair
He
catch.
evidently didn't call for the fair catch.
He
I
was
don't
just
know.
trying to block his eyes from the
shade.
sun.
The sun was in his eyes.
And he'll return it up to the 36, and everybody on the Riverton side saw the same thing I did. He put his hand up in the air. And I think they'll move it back to where he caught it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, if that's true, why aren't they blowing it dead? No, they're going to put it at the 37-yard line.
Yeah.
I don't know. A couple of these, nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
You got a football. I got a football.
Everybody's got a football. Spike the ball.
No,
and
he's
call it
like,
down.
no, there was a bug by him.
Yeah.
Bees.
I was trying to get the bugs away from my face.
To the 37-yard line. 3:20 to play in the third. That's a game of the season, Brent. Nothing to hold back now.
We know.
Pittsfield comes out in the I formation. Double tight set. Davidsmeyer and Edwards in the backfield. Looks like they got an early start.
Thought so, too.
And they'll pitch it outside. Edwards, he's down the far sideline. Big gain. 45, cuts it back. 40, runs over a man at the 35, and there are no flags on the field.
That's something.
I thought they definitely got an early start, too. The left half of the line went a little early, but
28-yard run by Edwards and a 1st and 10 for Pittsfield.
How many?
28.
Okay.
Sure looked like they moved a hair early, but the referees say play on.
No advantage was gained, so it doesn't matter, I guess. I don't know.
No
Except for the 28 yards.
Yeah.
Applications tonight. They'll hand it off to the deep back. That's Foster. Foster with the carry. Penalty flag flies. Foster takes it to the 24-yard line, but this one will come back because of a hold. Holding against the Sakis.
It won't be from the line of scrimmage. It's ahead of the line.
From
So
the 31,
yeah.
looks like here. So that should move it back to the 41, I believe. And that will be a 1st and 17.
So
now, really, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What is the big difference between a 1st and 17 and a 1st and, let's say,
20?
20.
Or
yards?
25?
3 yards.
How is one insurmountable?
Well, obviously, 3rd and 33 was not insurmountable. 34 might have been.
I don't know. Maybe just don't hold the backfield.
No, that'd be a good.
It's a good choice.
1st down here. They'll try that inside handoff to Archer again.
And
They
it
might
worked
have it
again.
30-yard line, 25, running away. Another touchdown. Luke Archer on the little inside handoff. This time he takes it in from 41 yards out. And the Sakis lead 33-7.
87 yards for Archer tonight. 2 touchdowns.
On 2 carries, right?
On 2 carries. Yes.
His average is tremendous. Says, Coach, I have the highest average on the team. I think I should run it more.
Well, coming in the line, I'm pretty sure he had negative yards rushing.
Luckily, the hold was just a 7-yard penalty, not a 10. Because that would have been tough to overcome. Here is Cook on for the kick.
Yes. Archer coming in tonight, negative 7 yards on each season.
He has fixed that issue. It's
Yes.
a low kick, line drive, long enough, but too
No
wide
good.
to the right, so it will not count. But this will count. Luke Archer gets it, gets a nice block from Cameron Smith on the left hand, and then he was gone for the score. 2:10 to play in the third. It's Pittsfield 33, Riverton 7.
This is Colt Mixer from Mixer Lumber Company in Clayton, Illinois. We have been selling grain bins for over 40 years. Our company provides years of experience, service, and quality products you can count on. GSI Grain Bins are a trusted company and are now offering their winter discounts. This is the time of year to order your new GSI Grain Bin. Mixer Lumber Company, where we treat people the way you want to be treated. Give us a call at 217-894-6412.
The Liquor Booth is your home for a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. The Liquor Booth has 2 locations in Quincy, 3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
Back here in Riverton, 2 minutes, 10 seconds to play in the third. Pittsfield ready to kick off again, following the 41-yard touchdown run by Lucas Allen Archer.
Using all his moves.
Got to get all the names out there. Nothing to hold back now.
Yeah, there is no tomorrow.
It is Cook, ready to go. Has the whistle from the official, and he will kick a low line driver. It's going to be taken by.
Oh.
Go through the legs of Meyer, retreats back to his own 4. Now he picks it up, looking for some running room. Dominic Cooper had a shot at him and missed, but dragging him down from behind will be Hayden Gratton near the 14-yard line, and that's where the Hawks will start 1st and 10 at their own 14 with 1 minute, 56 seconds to play in this third period.
Charlie, they're going to put it on the 16.
All right, I like it better. Okay. 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line with.
Why? Because Justin had already written down the 14.
Because I wrote down 14.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean, that's why you give me an eraser. All right.
Not a good one, but an eraser.
It works.
Bates, back to pass. Rolling out to his left now, going to keep his eyes downfield. Rolling. He keeps on rolling, and is tackled at the 15.
It's probably good he didn't throw it because he had about 3 linemen down the field.
Lost a yard of the play, 2nd and 11.
There weren't all the positive yards he had for the night. He's at 0.
Limping a little less than he did when he went off the field off the last offensive series. That's good to see for Ethan Bates. Ethan, E-I-T-H-E-N, Bates. He's a 6', 170-pound senior.
Kind of thought that was a misprint on there. I didn't.
10 football seniors here for Riverton.
10 number 12s?
10 12s.
All of those if they put 12s in all of those jerseys, it would have been really confusing.
Back judges counting. Riverton has to hurry here, and they will get the snap off. Back to pass is Bates. He looks for his man in
McCulloch.
He'll catch it up near the 16-yard line, a gain of a yard on the play, and bring up a 3rd down and 11 with under 45 seconds to play here in the third period. On the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard, it's a 33-7 Pittsfield lead. And will the Hawks have to run one more play here before the end of the third? On a 3rd and 10. They converted on a 3rd and 33 earlier, so this is not insurmountable. This is surmountable. Bates in the naked backfield. He's back to pass. Looking to his right. Oberreiter has it hit him in the chest and incomplete. A little bit of a low pass, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Stops the clock as well, and the Hawks will have to punt with 13.8 seconds to play here in the third.
He would have caught the ball on his knees, so he would have been down anyway at the 20.
One of the Saki linemen did a good job getting their hands up. I don't know who it was.
Smith, maybe?
Smith,
from this left
possibly,
side?
Yeah.
Smith is a big young man to try to throw over.
He is yes.
He's about as big as a 6'3" tree. Here is Oberreiter to punt. It's a bad snap. He snatches it out of the air and kicks it away. And the Sakis will get away from this one.
Oh, my.
Oh, that was almost real bad there, wasn't it?
Nearly ran into that hot shot to the left side. And it did not hit him, luckily. And that'll be at the 45-yard line of the Hawks, is where Pittsfield will start with 3.8 seconds to play in the third. Good field position for the Sakis here. They're going to put it at the 44. They've gone away from the big lines.
No.
Said we heard those guys talking about the big lines. We don't want to be known as that crew.
Seems like
we're going on the hashes now.
Seems like discrimination because they're big.
Oh.
As a fellow big myself, I don't like it.
Saki's back in the spread.
Two receivers right and one to the left-hand side. Peterbow's in there, though. They're going to run the ball here.
Yeah.
They will hand it off. No, Petty's going to keep it himself, and he'll be tackled in the backfield.
Petty's going to say, I'd rather handed it off.
I should have gave that to him.
Back to the 46-yard line here. Loss of 2 on the play, and that's the way the third quarter comes to an end. After 3, it's Pittsfield 33, Riverton 7. Back with fourth quarter play-by-play next on Central Illinois Sports.
The Farm Stand, located at 405 East Park Street in Camp Point, Illinois, is the place to go when you're looking for a fresh, homemade meal. Open Wednesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., the Farm Stand has a full breakfast and lunch menu. Enjoy breakfast favorites such as biscuits and gravy, pancakes, French toast, and the loaded breakfast burrito. For lunch, check out the great selection of sandwiches, salads, paninis, and more. You'll never leave hungry when you visit the Farm Stand in Camp Point.
At Game Masters in Quincy,
we're passionate about the outdoors.
Game Masters has the largest selection of gun safes in the tri-state area. That's right, everything from the vaults, vault doors, and safe accessories. Only the quality brands like Fort Knox, American Security, Browning, and Liberty. Come in and check out the displays or go to GameMastersOutdoors.com to check out the selection online as well.
Clothing, fishing, hunting, gifts, and more.
We're passionate about the outdoors.
Ready to start the final quarter of the final game of the season for these two squads. Pittsfield will have it second down and 12 yards to go from the Riverton 45 and a half.
Looks like they're going to be back in the
I. Double tight. I formation. Edwards is the deep back. Petty sets up under center. Calls the line set. Takes the snap, hands it to Edwards. Running to the left. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. He's still got it. Down near the 35-yard line. Pick up on the play of 11 yards, and this should bring up a third and short here.
Did a horn go off there in the middle of that play?
Sounded like a siren, didn't it?
You did. I thought time had run out already. The game was over.
To the 35-yard line on a 3rd and 1 here. 11:30 and counting in this contest.
A lot of excitement here in the press box. We have winners.
Winner, 50-50 dinner.
Nope, it's the winner of
you get the pig.
Night's Action Park or
Yeah.
something.
You get to take the pig.
Winner gets the pig. Here we go. We're pushing Petty for the first down and then some.
They ran the push-a-petty, and they get it
push-a-petty
near the 37-yard line. A trouble at the 33, a gain of 2 on the play, and a 1st and 10.
Used to not be a legal play, but now it is.
We make them up as we go.
Push-a-petty.
Well, pushing anybody. You used to not be able to aid the runner like that. But
one of those rules you learned early. Don't push. Yeah. Keep your hands to yourself.
Hands to yourself, Charles.
Charlie, he never learned that one, actually.
I formation. Petty under center. Hands it off to the deep back. That's Edwards. Gets a block
Big hole.
Here.
Oh, my.
Still on a speed. First down and more near the 16-yard line. Gain on the play of 17 yards and another 1st and 10. And ripping them off in a hurry here is Edwards tonight.
Big night for that young man. 194 yards.
He's going to have a 200-yard night possibly.
6 more.
Well, you know what that means. Time to take him out.
10:09. I bet you they give it to him right here. They don't. They give it to Davidsmeyer. He makes a cut in the backfield. Inside the 15. Dives ahead near the 13-yard line. A 4-yard pickup. Whistle.
Whistle, 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 whistle.
2nd and 6. What are Hawks?
I have no idea. A big group.
Flock of hawks.
I looked that up once, what a group of hawks is called. It's actually not called a flock, but I don't remember what it is.
Is it like a murder of crows?
It's something like that, but it's
Or a
not. It's
Congress
not a murder
of
either.
Eagles?
Yeah, they've got their own, but I don't remember what it's called.
Petty takes the snap, hands it up to the deep back
Squadron.
Edwards. Edwards gets caught right near the line of scrimmage and taken down here. Right up at 12. Gain of a yard on the play. And this will bring up a third down and about 5. 4 down territory. On this 3rd and 5 from the 12.
I'd like to see him run some play action out of this eye.
Yeah. They have a couple of times, not very many.
Maybe a Peterbow here.
Yeah.
Petty under center. Tried to draw him off sides.
Hard count.
And Riverton must have done so.
Well, they did.
And that'll make it very close to a first down. It depends on how many lengths of that chain came out earlier. It's going to be 3rd and about a half of a yard to go. From about the 7.
I don't know. The man carrying the ball kept looking at the line as
He's
he
going
kept
for
moving
6.
it up. He was trying to see if he could get there, but he wasn't quite.
Big steps. Big lines. All right, I guess we'll run a 3rd down.
Big lines, clear eyes, full heart. Takes the snap. This Petty has a little trouble with it. Now keeps it himself, and he's going to get shellacked in the backfield. Then fumbles the ball. A lot of bodies on the ground after it.
They're going to say first down Pittsfield, says the referee. He signaled it right away.
Recovered by Peterbow. No, recovered by Nutter, actually. Back at the 6.
So Nutter actually gets the carry.
His first carry of the season. And it's first and
a
goal
first
from
down.
the 6.
Yeah, he's going to gain
a yard.
Yeah.
First and goal from the 6 on the old Fumblerooski.
Been easier just to have him keep it to begin with.
Yeah.
A lot safer.
Yeah, just keep it yourself. Dax, come on.
Come on, Dax.
Don't be so unselfish. They'll give it to Edwards, left side. He's got enough for a touchdown again here on a 6-yard run over the left side. And the Sockies have made their money on that play tonight and make it a 39-7 lead. Edwards' 3rd rushing touchdown of the night puts him over 200 yards on the evening.
201.
A yard over, in fact. And with 8:18 to play, Cook is on for the extra point attempt. The holder is Frazier. He calls for the snap. The hold is down. The kick is up. The kick is good. This time to make it 40-7. Big night for the senior and Matthew Edwards. This time he follows the right guard and Owen Shaw right along the left side. He and Davidsmeyer clear a hole, made it wide, and made it good for a touchdown. Pittsfield on top, 40-7.
There's a road that makes all the difference between the good and the great. A road less traveled for the few who can handle the grind. One of hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership, with a respect for heritage and tradition and a willingness to adapt. At Little Jess, we travel that road every day because we believe in that difference. And we dare our competition to try and keep up. Little Jess, serving the tri-state area since 1969.
If you have that drive and you want to do more with that, then there's opportunity there for you to do that. It's not the typical job that you would expect it to be. Like, it's just super fulfilling. When my life needed opportunity, I chose DOT.
8:18 to play, 40-7 is the Pittsfield lead on top of Riverton on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. Central got the win over West Central tonight, 59-13, as Camp Point Central finishes their season at 9-0 once again. Cook will kick this one off. It'll be taken by Overrider. Looking for running room, breaks a tackle, and is taken down near the 36-yard line. First and 10, 8:10 left for this Hawk squad. Rochester leads SHG 31-14 after 3 quarters. And the battle for the Central State 8 title tonight.
What'd you say the score was?
31-14.
We've seen Griffin come back from leads like that before.
They don't have quite the same horses they had here.
They do not. That's true.
They were down 28-14 at halftime of that game in the semifinal. Then Rochester scored, make it 35-14, and I think Griffin won the game 50-something to 35. It was amazing. And here's a penalty flag.
Dead.
Here, and they'll say, not so fast.
Delay of the game.
A delay of the game.
The referee said, I need a hug. I'm going to hug myself.
It's a little chilly. Yeah. That'll move it back to the 31-yard line and bring up a first down and 15.
That game used to be known as a Leonard Bowl.
It did. Yep.
Rochester Griffith.
Only one Leonard remaining in the coaching ranks, and that is Derek. He's done okay at Rochester, I'd say.
He's got an all right record.
Just all right.
If you're into winning state championships and consecutive years and such. Here's that running back. Play to the 35. See who gets out the pile here for the Hawks. McCullough.
Number
10. Griffin Hartleb. Hartleb takes it up to the 35. A gain on the play of 4 brings up a second down and 11. So Griffin Hartleb is a senior wearing the number 10 tonight. 5'10", 155 pounds. That's also played some receiver. Second down and 11 for Riverton from their own 31. Overrider splits out wide to the left. Meyer goes in motion, fakes the jet sweep. Quarterback Bates keeps it himself and is taken down near the 38.
Yeah, give him 3 there, looks like.
Yeah, looks like about a 3-yard gain. It's going to bring up a third and 8 from the 33.
A gutsy call there since Bates has been kind of limping around a little bit after a big hit.
It's the 38.
They're in the third.
Only 5 yards off. Not an insurmountable difference, but good to know to be accurate. 38-yard line, third and 8 from the 38.
He's been running around pretty good. He walked it off here on the sideline. Tough kid. Probably not the first hit he's taken this year.
I'm going to guess probably not.
2 receivers split wide to the left. Single man wide to the right. Harley Davidson speeds off in the distance. Bates is back to pass.
Be a chilly ride.
Has some pressure. Escapes the rush. Throws it downfield and incomplete. Penalty flag. Nope, that's just the turf. It's orange.
Orange flag on the field.
And I'll bring up a fourth down. Incomplete pass. Looked like he was going for Graydon Hartleb that time, the freshman.
Yeah. Covered pretty well by Tucker Cook.
Fourth down, and the Sakis will have the punt return team on the field. Graham is back near his own 26-yard line.
Do you think the flies will be as bothersome this time?
I don't know.
High snap.
Wow, tell you what a job.
What a catch.
By Oberreiter just to catch that. Now Graham does come up and call for the fair catch.
He made sure that everybody knew that time. He waved his hand in the air and everything.
That'll be at the 33-yard line for Pittsfield. With 6:07 left. Cheeseburgers, $2 in the concession stand. Get them while they're hot.
Deals. Hot deals, cold nights here at Riverton.
Deals and deals and deals. People are running out to get them.
Sakis have the starting offense on the field here. Petty will be under center with the I formation behind. Barks out the signals, hands it off to Davidsmeyer, running up the gut. He'll take it up near the 38-yard line, it looks like here, gain of 5. Brings up a second down and 5. Not big yardage for Davidsmeyer on the night.
Maintaining the average, though.
Yeah. He comes off now, and Petty will line up in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left. He will hand it off to Edwards. Breaks a tackle in the backfield. He's got a big gain on this play. Edwards down the sideline. He will be pushed out of bounds near the Hawk 40. So a pickup of 22 yards on the play and another big gain by Matthew Edwards.
Edwards says 200's nothing. Let's see if I can get 3.
Yeah, let's keep going, he says.
They'll keep the clock moving here. The official would like it to move anyway, with 5:25 and counting in this one. And
should be in running clock territory. Nothing
Nope.
stops.
Nope, not quite. No, it's just
Not a
47.
40-point game, 40 to
Oh.
7.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shows what I know.
Petty will be in the shotgun once again here. Davidsmeyer is the back to his left. Archer is going to go split out now wide to the right-hand side and never really got set.
Never got set.
They'll hand it off to Davidsmeyer. Short gain on the play to about the 38. Gain of 2. Second down and 8 yards to go here.
That last first down was a 20th for the Sockies tonight. Rack up first downs quite a bit when you get these little run plays.
Petty again in the shotgun, hands it off again to Davidsmeyer, running the left-hand side. Big hole on that left side. He's got the first down and more. Takes it inside the 25, down near the 24-yard line to pick up a 14 yards and a first and 10 for Davidsmeyer. They have made a living running the ball over the left side tonight. We see RJ Allred is checked in at the left guard spot, the senior. So he's replaced White out there.
Edwards back in the game
Also
now
looks
at
like
the
it's
running back spot.
Joe Ladner's put out wide to the right here, another senior for the Sockies, as Petty will be in the shotgun. He barks out the signals, takes the snap, hands it off to Edwards. Running around the left-hand side, trying to make a man miss near the sticks.
Ooh.
Big hit right at the end of the play.
Edwards,
and a flag.
Penalty flag flies. He's down at the 10. He gained 14 yards on the play. Now
and another flag.
Why? Why are we?
And another flag.
Why? This is just dumb. Everybody shut up and move on. What is there to talk about?
Are we going to have a lot of offsettings, or what are we going to have here?
I don't know. I would say it's definitely from both sides here.
I would say probably.
It's just kind of the kind of ridiculousness that doesn't need to happen.
Yeah.
On either side.
Yeah. Move back, get in the huddle. Keep your opinion to yourself and play the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Referee's going to get together here and talk about it was just a flag parade there for a moment.
If you had a flag, you threw it.
Down near the 10-yard line is where he was finally tackled. So he actually gained 14 yards, and everything else was after the play, so you have to give him the 14 yards. And then we'll see about...
You have to give him the 14 yards in the first down, I believe.
Yep. And then after that, it'll be figuring out what these flags are about.
They got him marked first and goal at the, or no? No, not goal.
Yeah, it's first and I don't know.
First and question
it's
mark
questionable.
at the.
Okay, so we're gonna
put the ball near the.
I'm very confused.
To the 7 right now.
Yeah, we haven't had any signals.
Still waiting for a signal.
And we had like 6
Referee
flags on the field.
tells us we have a dead ball. Personal foul against Riverton. That results in where the play is at this time. Then we had a unsportsmanlike conduct against Pittsfield. And then we had an unsportsmanlike conduct against Riverton.
So the ball's going to stay where it is, and we're going to move on with our lives, right?
And somebody from Riverton has been ejected.
Okay, well, which means they'll miss their first basketball game or wrestling match, or if they don't play either of those, they'll miss a baseball game or a track meet.
Or move on with their lives.
And all of those things could occur.
It is first and goal from the 7.
All right.
Second week in a row, we've seen an ejection.
First and goal from 7-ish,
All right.
I think.
So we're still going with 14 yards on the carry?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure how the ball got up to the 7, but
That's where it lies.
it's okay.
Where it lies.
Yeah.
I had to hit up a Frankenstein's fat foot.
Exactly.
First and goal from the 7. Petty's in the shotgun. He takes the snap, hands it off to Edwards. Edwards looking for running room on the right side. Puts his head down, gets down near the 3. Kennel, I believe he said. Kennel of Hawks. Second goal from the 3.
A kennel of hawks? I don't think that's it.
That's what he just said.
It could be. I don't believe that's right, though. I don't remember what it is.
Maybe it's a Kennel of He.
What does a group of hawks call?
Second and goal.
All else fails, ask Siri.
Yeah, now Pittsfield, I think we'll.
They're just running clock until we're going to take a timeout.
Why?
I think they're going to.
Assume we're waiting for the play clock to run down and then take a timeout.
I don't know. I'm not sure what we're doing.
Well, I was kind of wandering around. And
Everyone's kind of wandering around. Like, nobody's even come close to being set. Like, I'm
Time
not
out.
sure if
Timeout
from the game. Yeah.
A group of hawks is called a cast.
A cast.
The term cast refers to specifically to a pair of hawks released after a game bird. A group of hawks is also called a kettle.
A kettle.
Or a leash, meaning 3.
Well, there you go.
Now you know.
The things you learn. The more you know. I'm not exactly sure why Pittsfield called the timeout here.
Maybe they're putting in a new offense. That's what I kind of thought, but it
Could be-
doesn't look like it.
Could be getting maybe getting a carry for Tracer Mountain here.
Yeah, it could be. Looks like. I don't know.
Let's see what happens. Second goal from the 3. 2:20 left. Timeout was Pittsfield's first of the night. In the second half.
So at least first of this half. Yeah.
First since their last.
Can't take them with you. Can't
Last
save
game-
those.
Last game of the season.
Can't save those for basketball season or baseball.
Track.
Timeouts are not nearly as helpful in baseball.
Or track. Yeah.
Water polo.
I don't know. I think timeouts in track could be really helpful, actually. Like, if you call timeout in the middle of a relay, I mean,
if I was
get a little water out there.
If I was
mess
running
with
a
the other
mile,
teams.
I'm going to need a timeout.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or you can just keep the clock running, and I'll get there when I get there.
Pittsfield's going to come out here.
In the eye. It looks like. I'm not sure why they called timeout.
I don't know. I bet you're about to see something interesting here, though.
The old hook and ladder. Maybe
Hoping for,
Nutter's going for a touchdown now.
Hoping for the Paul Petty special here. The double reverse pass.
Thank you. Petty under center. Takes the snap. Keeps it himself, and he's going to get the score. Nope,
And there's a flag. It came from the middle of that pile.
Back just a hole against the Sakis.
Okay.
The flag is at about the 4-yard line, so that'll be in the backfield. So that'll be back to the 13. This will bring up a second and goal from the 13-yard line. Ooh. Getting into borderline insurmountable territory.
I'm glad it didn't get quite there, though.
115 yards of penalties, not counting the offsets and all that jazz.
That's a lot. A lot of penalty yards.
Run the clock, they say. Run the clock.
It's like a whole length of the field. And then some.
There's a board. I formation. Petty under center, though. Run it with Edwards to the left-hand side. Tries to bounce it out. And is taken down near the 10. A gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be third and goal from the 10-yard line.
That wasn't that exciting of a play, Charlie, for that timeout.
Yeah.
It's kind of a little bit disappointing.
A little let down.
Yeah, kind of just bleh. Third and goal from the 10 with
Petty.
1 minute, 35 seconds left in this.
Petty brings play in from the sideline.
He's under center with the I formation. He is going to pitch it outside to Edwards. Edwards looking for running room, bounces it outside, trying to turn upfield, and has it in for the score. Got a big block in front that time from Peterbo, it looked like, to help kind of bounce that play. And Edwards with his 4th touchdown of the night.
Wanted that holding penalty because 10-yard run sounds a lot better than 3-yard run.
Makes it 46-7. Cook on for the kick. Hold is down. The kick is up. The kick is
blocked, I believe.
Good.
No. Good.
John, we're going to make sure you don't drive home because you can't
see in the dark.
Anything, actually. Edwards with his 4th touchdown of the night. 1 minute, 21 seconds to play in the ballgame. It's Pittsfield 47, Riverton 7.
Best Systems Insulators offer insulation for homes and commercial buildings throughout central Illinois and the surrounding areas. We take great care to ensure that the insulation products we use are the best fit for our clients and their project. We understand that different buildings have different needs and that each of our clients has a unique set of goals. Let us work with you to find the best solution for your next project. Call Best Systems Insulators at 217-285-6005. That's 285-6005. Or visit them online at GoBestSystems.com.
As a new hunting season begins, we observe a species most rare, the hunter incompetus. The hunting ritual begins. Already he stakes his claim by bringing a duck call to a deer hunt. Disaster strikes. A devastating blow to a long-suffering species. There may be no helping the hunter incompetus, but for everyone else, no other place has it all like Farm and Home Supply. Tell my mom to pick me up soon.
Pittsfield kicks off here. Ball will be taken by one of the upmen around the 30-yard line. This is Tyler Meyer. Tyler Meyer is ticking down near the 43-yard line, and that's where the Hawks will start 1st and 10 here.
And the clock will run.
1st and 10 from the 43 with 1:14 left in this one. He wants the clock to run. That's just everyone. Hawks will bring it onto the field, and let's see what they go with here. Bates will be bringing the play onto the...
Less than a minute.
He'll have to run 1, maybe 2 plays.
One. At this pace?
1.
Yeah.
Bates will be in the shotgun. 2 receivers wide to his right, 2 to the left. He is going to hand the ball off along the left-hand side.
Number 52.
Ball carrier is...
Number 52.
Not listed.
Oh, not sure. Took it to the 50, though. Picked up 7 yards on the play. 2nd and 3 here. Riverton does not have to run another play, and they won't.
And they're going to unstop him.
Final on this one is going to be a 47-7 win for the Pittsfield Sockies over the Riverton Hawks. Sockies finish the season 2-7. Hawks go 0-9 on the year, and we take you to the postgame show presented by Blessing Health System, where we have final stats, and we'll also name our player of the game next.
Once or twice a year, I might get the cold or a flu, and my wife calls it the man flu. So you know what that is.
Yeah. What do I love about our team? We have a good chemistry. We all work together.
I mean, come on. I've got the best job in the world. Sometimes they say, oh, I like to do handstands.
Yeah, I taught Brian how to do the handstand. That's all right.
And every day, I mean, it's a fun day.
Yeah, it definitely makes me proud to be here.
Golf course has been around since 1957. When we looked at doing the deck outside, we looked at a lot of different options, but everything led back to Pike County Lumber. We looked at quality, price, and service. We wound up going with Tamco, composite decking. Pike County Lumber was great to work with.
Griffin Signs and Time at 122 South 9th Street in Quincy is a full-service sign company that can complete any project, from fully wrapping your entire fleet of vehicles, digital signs, storefronts, to creating small banners and signs. The right and professional signage is the difference of getting the job, heading folks in the correct direction to find you, or creating a brand recognition for potential customers. Put the right signs in your customer's mind with Griffin Signs and Time. Call 217-228-7470. Chris Nichols, managing broker and owner of PCRE Real Estate and Auction, has over 15 years of experience, specializing in selling hunting and recreational properties and farmland. Chris prides himself on combining buyers and sellers, both local and from around the country, to help both parties achieve their land investment goals. Chris takes the time to walk clients through the process of selling their property from start to finish, making the experience feel seamless and enjoyable. Contact Chris Nichols and PCRE Real Estate and Auction at 217-473-3777.
Prairieland FS provides complete seed and application service. Our trained energy specialist, along with our crop specialist, can help you take your farming to the next level. Prairieland FS, your leading supplier of choice.
Welcome back on the post-game show presented by Blessing Health System with locations throughout the region. Blessing Health is here to serve you for all of your medical needs. Learn more about all the services offered at blessinghealth.org. Bottom on this one, a 47-7 win for the Pittsfield Sockies over the Riverton Hawks. Sockies finished 2-7 for a second consecutive season, winning their last two contests and winning this one tonight, 47-7 over the Hawks, who finish at 0-9 on the year. And for some final stats here on the post-game show, as Justin's finishing those up for us, as there's a few more numbers to add up than different times, as both offenses really moved the ball fairly well. The Hawks was unable to finish some of those drives for touchdowns. Pittsfield did a much better job of that, finishing with scores at the end of their drives and some big plays, including a couple big runs by Luke Archer tonight, 4 touchdowns from Matthew Edwards at the running back spot. And the Sockies win this one 47-7. No JV game Monday night between these two squads, so they'll both head to their winter sports seasons next, and we head to stats with Justin Poor.
Pittsfield Sockies had 22 first downs this evening. Done most of their offense on the ground. Had 47 carries for 444 yards. Led by Matthew Edwards with 254 yards on 23 carries. Jesse Davismeyer had 10 carries for 46 yards. Lane Foster had 6 carries in the first half for 59 yards. Luke Archer had 2 carries, 2 touchdowns, 87 yards. McKevely Moore had 1 run for no gain. Dax Nutter, 1 run, fumble recovery for 1 yard. And Javen Petty had 3 carries for -3 yards. Javen Petty also was 5 of 6 tonight, passing for 48 yards. 2 targets to Matthew Edwards caught both of those for 16 yards. 1 target to Draven Peterbilt in the second half for 11 yards. 2 targets to Luke Archer, which he caught 1 for 4 yards, and Isaac Helms with a big catch for 17 yards. They were penalized 12 times tonight for 115 yards. Riverton Hawks had 9 first downs, did most of their work through the air. Ethan Bates was 13 of 29 for 96 yards. And they had, did not add that up, 8, 9, 10, 11 carries for not much, 20-some odd yards. They were penalized 8 times for 55 yards.
Time to name our player of the game. It's presented by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Derek Harris. Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, parents, and mentors. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones Financial Advisor, understands this. That's why Derek Harris is a proud sponsor of the player of the game on Central Illinois Sports. And hey, you help your team get 440-plus yards of rushing. A lot of that due to your offensive line. They're going to be the players of the game tonight. Dax Nutter, the center. Right guard, Owen Shaw. Right tackle, the sophomore in Zane Perry. Left guard is Jaron White. Left tackle, Tracer Mound. They did a tremendous job tonight helping the Sockies get their second victory of the season. That's going to do it from Riverton. For John Hull and Justin Poor, I'm Charlie Hull. Thanking you for joining us tonight. Pittsfield with a win in their final game of the season, 47-7 over Riverton. This has been another Central Illinois Sports presentation.